is said that love will find a way through paths where wolves fear to tread. That's coming from somebody we used to call Lord Byron. And this morning, we're talking about love. For the next 3 hours on Hello Cameroon, we're teaching you to find love anew, teaching you to love yourself. Then maybe from there, you can love the world. On Hello Cameroon today, we're going to be here on set in Yaoundé, but we'll also be moving to promote still in Yaoundé. We'll be wrapping up the program. Stay with us for a wonderful 3-hour program that we've packaged for you. But first, let's start by briefing you. Here is the news.
This information meeting on investment opportunities brought together business persons from Tunisia and Cameroon. The aim being to create the possibility for long-term partnership between both countries, enhance cooperations, especially in the domains of health, agriculture, food processing and education, as well as further strengthen South-South cooperations, which have been existing since 1960. The president of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Sfax in Tunisia, Ridhaf Urati, on the occasion said it is not by chance that his country chose to do business in Cameroon. This is because Cameroon has a renowned vibrant port, a deep sea port, and is also the port of entry to the CEMAC zone. In addition to this, the stable political and economic climate, coupled with the fact that the business community is very active, makes the country favorable to Tunisian enterprises. This explains why discussions during this meeting centered on investment opportunities for Tunisian business persons, customs regulations for imports and exports to Cameroon, as well as risk guarantees for export to the country. Participants also reflected on how Cameroonian business persons can tap from the expertise of their Tunisian counterparts. Participants expressed the wish for such forums to be organized often for business persons from both countries to get acquainted and create partnership.
The councillors of the UPC run Gambia municipality came over to Masok, a CPDM neighboring municipality, to listen to the CPDM senators from the littoral who came over with some of their alternate members. The spokesperson for the CPDM littoral senators, the Honorable David Siegfried Etame Masoma, took the floor to introduce the keynote speakers who centered their briefings on Cameroon's finance laws and some innovations in the updated version of Cameroon's penal code. The financial law aspects were handled by 2 members of the Senate Finance Committee, their Honorables Claude Kemayo and Bassan Dine. The councillors were also schooled on the new aspects that now feature in Cameroon's current penal code and the legal implications of these new laws. The head of the Littoral CPDM Senate delegation, Mrs. Genevieve Choues, Vice President of the Senate, rounded off the deliberations with a clarion call to our constituents to stand by President Paul Biya as he prepared what she describes as the country's political transition. She handed over gifts of loincloths to the WCPDM militants of the locality as a sign of her gratitude for their political steadfastness and support.
This open-door event, organized on the premises of the Beltois Training School for state-registered nurses and midwives, has as objective to create awareness and sensitize the population of Beltois and environs on what the students are capable of doing. organized as part of activities in prelude to the 51st Youth Day celebrations. The students are showcasing their talents through general medical consultations, family planning, HIV and AIDS screening, just to name but these.
I came here to visit the opening day of doing many consulting about the HIV and general consulting.
The Open Door event, which is in its 4th edition, permits the students to have a foretaste of their respective fields upon completion of studies.
We just here to consult people. We just have some cases of malaria.
To the institution's authorities, it is an opportunity for the school to share its successes and challenges and get feedback from the public.
My students want to show people of Bertois what they learn in our school. I want first of all to thank the government of Cameroon for opening this kind of school in our region.
The Open Door event, punctuated by sporting and cultural manifestations, not only places the Bertois Training School for state-registered nurses and midwives as an institution that trains health service providers, but also as a center of healthcare excellence.
It was in a relaxed and fun-filled scenario that the prisoners of the Bulova Central Prison welcomed the governor of the South Region and his collaborators to the prison yard. They were very elated to receive buckets, gallons of cooking oil, cartons of soap, fish, bags of rice and some medications, a donation made by the Regional Committee of the Communal and Voluntary Works for the organization of the 2017 edition of the National Youth Day. To the prisoners as they joined the rest of their peers to celebrate, a gesture that was lauded by the registrar of the Bulova Central Prison.
We hope that this donation will help us to improve the level of assistance that we give to the inmates.
The governor of the South Region lauded the initiative. Felix Gelengele also hailed the prison administration for the improvement of the living conditions of the 74-year-old prison, while calling on the youth to be of good behavior.
They are not forgotten. They remain citizens. That the wave of solidarity will continue to flow on their benefit. The main message is that they are still human beings. The stay here is temporary, and when they will be out, they will regain the place as full-fledged citizens.
At the end of the ceremony, the prisoners handed some symbolic gifts locally produced in the prison to the donors in appreciation of the kind gesture.
Atelier conjoint de chaudronnerie et plomberie industrielle au centre multifonctionnel de promotion des jeunes de référence de Douala. Simplice, dompte l'acier pour en faire une pièce essentielle dans la canalisation de l'eau.
Sont adaptés un tuyau à 1/8e. 1/8e parce qu'actuellement ici c'est à 1/22e. Et maintenant je vais adapter ça pour que ça soit 1/8e.
Tout à côté, les apprenants en électricité ont les yeux rivés vers ces modèles de circuits électriques.
Ici, nous avons une inversion de sens de marche. Le moteur tourne dans deux sens. Premier sens, lorsqu'on actionne sur ce bouton, ça veut dire que le moteur tourne dans un sens. Vous arrêtez. Pour faire encore retourner dans l'autre sens, dans un autre sens, vous actionnez sur ce bouton ici en bas.
Le centre comprend aussi les filières mécaniques auto, auxiliaires de santé, hôtellerie, restauration, informatique, industrie de l'habillement, menuiserie et maçonnerie. Au total, 10 offres de formation qui permettent à ces jeunes d'être opérationnels dans les métiers de l'heure.
Avec le PTS, le FONIGE, l'ONG, les jeunes ont plus de chances à se retrouver insérés dans la société, non seulement en termes de travail, mais également en termes de projet.
Le centre multifonctionnel de promotion des jeunes de référence de Douala Un moule qui fonctionne essentiellement sur financement direct du ministère de la Jeunesse et de l'Éducation civique. Formés à bonne école, ces apprenants ont les idées plein la tête.
Dans les temps à venir, je puisse travailler dans une société élargement. Je puisse demain aussi former les jeunes qui viendront demain après pour pouvoir connaître aussi ce métier-ci.
Après cette formation, si possible, je souhaiterais travailler dans une des grandes entreprises techniques.
L'ambition d'une jeunesse consciente. Quel est le Cameroun de demain?
Ils sont jeunes, ils ont du talent et ils sont experts en stylisme, modélisme ou management événementiel. Et cela commence dans ce tamas de matériaux, du textile d'origine diverse, puis la franchise du génie et la mise en forme de cette multitude de vêtements à l'instar de la diversité culturelle du Cameroun.
Nous aidons les jeunes Camerounais plus à ressortir leur culture, à valoriser leur culture. Nous avons tous les designs pour chaque catégorie, les pauvres, les riches, et nous confectionnons tout ce qui est tissu pain.
De Metakwata à Food Market, en passant par Main Market ou Small Mancon à Bamenda, le Cameroun implante ses marques grâce à ses jeunes. La beauté au sens complet s'apprend dans ces Fashion Academy.
Nous formons aussi les jeunes pour faire le maquillage, le manicure, pédicure, fashion designing,
À Bamenda, les jeunes parlent le langage de l'assise de l'entrepreneuriat. À côté de l'école classique, il y a le génie qui s'affine. L'avenir est alors radieux malgré tout.
We love to go to school. Let us keep politics out of school. Les messages des étudiants de l'université de Boya indiquent suffisamment la joie des défilants à répondre à l'appel de la nation. Près de 4000 jeunes du primaire, secondaire, supérieur et des associations ont fait taire toutes les menaces. Au milieu d'une foule inestimable, le patron de la région se montre ébloui.
Une réaction de joie et de satisfaction. Joie pour le beau défilé que nous venons d'avoir. Et satisfaction pour le courage que les jeunes ont pris de venir jouir de leur droit de communier avec le reste des jeunes de la nation.
Le Conseil national de la jeunesse et le service civique national de participation au développement ont magnifié les valeurs républicaines. Seul le RDPC figure sur la liste des partis politiques en offrant un spectacle de grand jour. Occasion pour les pouvoirs publics d'appeler à la réconciliation.
Que la vie reprenne son cours normal dans la région du sud-ouest. Que ceux qui ont commis des erreurs se réconcilient avec eux-mêmes. Et que lundi, les classes reprennent comme cela a souvent été. Et que nous nous réconcilions avec nous-mêmes pour que cette belle région continue à prendre part entièrement à la construction du pays.
2 établissements privés laïcs seulement ont défilé parmi plus d'une dizaine habituels. La mobilisation observée ce 11 février à Boya est donc historique pour le bien de toute la République.
Ambiance festive peu ordinaire à la gare ferroviaire de Ngaoundéré. Auréolé de son titre de président national de l'Organisation des transporteurs du Cameroun, Ibrahim Ayaya est accueilli en grande pompe tant par les parents, amis et connaissances que par l'ensemble de la communauté des transporteurs dans la Damawa.
Je suis surpris de voir la population de la Damawa en général, les transporteurs de Ngaoundéré et du Grand Nord en particulier m'ont réservé un accueil chaleureux qui me va vraiment droit au cœur. Et je pense que c'est une motivation de plus.
Passé l'euphorie, le réélu s'est déjà fait une idée de l'immensité de la tâche qui l'attend.
Préparer l'éventuelle installation du bureau régional de la Damawa, une détermination de redynamiser le transport, de revoir le coût du transport, d'éradiquer complètement les maux qui minent le transport, parmi lesquels l'occupation d'espace du transporteur national par les étrangers.
Des chantiers que le nouveau président national de l'Organisation des transporteurs entend mettre en œuvre en étroite collaboration avec les pouvoirs publics.
Dans toute chose, nous avons le devoir de travailler avec le gouvernement. Le dialogue d'abord, nous allons multiplier le dialogue, nous allons multiplier les concertations.
Une responsabilité de plus qui vient ainsi mettre la région de l'Adamawa au devant de la scène dans le domaine des transports.
Now give a pregnant woman some happiness pill, and this is what it gives. This is a Ghanaian bride, and on a day that was so special to her, she threw the audience, and right now she's like blowing it on social media. Her video is going viral, and you will see why just now. This is Freestyle on Hello Cameroon. A Ghanaian lady who is very heavy but teaching you some dance steps there. She's dancing to Bisa KD's song. The title of the song is Massa. Now let's go find out what the stars have for us. On a day like this when you'll be hearing about a lot of issues about love and let me not dive into that. Joyce Abigail has been reading the messages from the stars, and let's listen. We're hanging on there to get Joyce Abigail and the messages from the stars. But maybe I should remind you that in the course of the program, we'll be receiving your messages. This is what we want you to respond to. What do you think about long-distance relationship, especially the opening that social media has for us today? It's possible to meet the world on the internet, meeting boyfriends and maybe getting a relationship going. Please, we want to know your thoughts about that. That's what we want you to send reactions about to us on our SMS and maybe on our WhatsApp number as well. And right now, let's try again to see if Joyce Abigail is ready with the messages from the stars, the horoscope page.
In a part of Hello Cameroon, we start with the horoscope. The first born of the house is Aries. Hello Aries, good morning. Today your stars say, when you realize you've made a mistake, take immediate steps to correct it. And today, do spend some time alone. Put your arms to change, but don't let go of your values. Second born of the house is Taurus. Good morning. Taurus, remember that silence is sometimes the best answer. And after everything, if God brings you to it, He will bring you through that particular situation. Remember that those who walk with God reach their destination. Third born of the house is Gemini. Hi, Gemini. Good morning. Gemini, when you are down to nothing, remember that God is up to something. Growing old is inevitable, but growing up is optional. How can anyone ever love you for who you are if you become something else to be with them? Today, it's all about being yourself. So we are on to the fourth born of the house, that is Cancer. Hey Cancerians, good morning. Cancer, you can always see others as clearly as you see yourself today. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. Fifth born of the house is Leo, the king of the zodiac. Hello Lions, good morning. Leo, the world reflects what you need to see, not only what you want to see. Now, the price to degenerating is irresponsibility, and the price of greatness is responsibility. Take responsibility for your thoughts, your attitude, your actions today. The seed born of the house is Virgo. Hello Virgo, good morning. Your symbol, Virgo, is the Virgin. Virgo, life isn't about what happens to us. It's about how we perceive what happens to us. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life. Today, Virgo, define it yourself. Libra, good morning. Libra, your symbol is the skills. Libra, today in disagreements with loved ones, deal only with the current situation. Don't bring up the past. Try as much as possible to share your knowledge. It's a way to achieve immortality. We leave you, Libra, to talk Scorpio, the eighth born of the house. Good morning, Scorpio. Your symbol is the scorpion. Scorpio, be gentle to yourself and others around you today. Remember that the best relationship is one in which your love for each other exceeds your need for each other. Sagittarius. Hi Sagittarius, good morning. Sagittarius, your symbol is the archer. Today, judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. Anger or hatred is like a fisherman's hook. It is very important for you to ensure that you are not caught by it. Capricorn, 10th born of the house. Good morning. Capricorn, your symbol is the goat. Capricorn, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy yourself today, then practice compassion. True spirituality is a mental attitude you can practice at any time. 11th baby of the house is Aquarius. Hey Aquarians, good morning. Aquarius, your symbol is the water bearer. Aquarius, in thinking, keep to the simple. In conflict, be fair and generous. In governing, don't try to control. With work, do what you enjoy. In family, be completely present today. Last but not the least, born of the house is Pisces. Hey Pisces, good morning. Pisces, your symbol is the fish. Pisces, the first step towards change is acceptance. Once you accept yourself, you open the door to change. That's all you have to do. Change is not something you do, it's something you allow. Remember today, Pisces, that change is not something you do, it's something that you allow to happen to you. That is it as far as the horoscope is concerned on this beautiful day. But then we are thinking of those of you who are born today and we are saying happy birthday to you. Now today we're going to talk your traits. We start with the positive traits. If you're born today, you are a loyal person. You are a determined person. You are a person with a beautiful soul, and you have so much love to offer. But what says your negative traits? Sometimes you can be so unforgiving, and also you would carry a grudge for a very long time. Then you can be uncompromising sometimes. And also, you would say just anything, no matter how undiplomatic it sounds. Now, you could just put on these colors today because those colors serves as your favorable colors. Who knows, you might just catch some luck today. Now, today, if you're born today, try on the color blue or the color red. Those are your favorable colors. Now, when it comes to your lucky number is 6. And when it comes to your lucky days, you have the day, Friday, and Saturday. So if you're born on this day, those are some of those things that you should be watching out for. Thank you so much for staying with me and keep watching. Hello Cameroon. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Joyce Abigail. Now that you've heard what the stars have for you, and we would like to settle that down with something, something else. We have somebody who's coming from the U.S. here in the studio, and he's been performing. He's been into comedy for a long time, and he's been out of the country for about 17 years. That's how long he's been in the U.S. Dave Moktoy, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
I'm happy to have you here.
Well, the pleasure is, and the happiness, it's really shared.
All right.
So it's really, really pleasure to be here.
But you're landing here on the 14th of February, and I'm dying to find out.
What are you trying to find out? Yeah.
Like, what does that day feel like to you? You kind of have a shade of red on. Is it by chance, or?
It's a shade of red and pink. Pink, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it's a little hint. 14th of February, Le Fête Saint Valentine's Day.
Yes, it is.
But actually, as far as I am concerned, for me, Valentine's Day is every single day that I give evidence of love to not only to my partner, wife, but to my neighbor, to anybody.
Then those who surround you must be very lucky because you're like love every day.
I think they are. I think they can tell you. If you meet them, they will tell you they are.
Even your fans too, because actually you have a performance on the 17th here in Yaoundé.
That's
which,
correct.
In fact, you say it's a prelude to a big event, a big moment you have in November to celebrate 40 years.
40 years, yes.
Tell me about it.
I started... do you want all the details, or you want it in a big nutshell?
The 3-minute version.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I started actually as a performer, as an actor and a playwright in 1977. And so, which means that today, in 2017, I will be celebrating my 40 years as a performer, as an actor, as a playwright, as a comic, and finally as a filmmaker. So we're going to be this Friday, on this Friday 17th, at St. Mouna Foundation here.
That's here in Yaoundé?
Yeah, here in Yaoundé, yes. And I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to the foundation that is welcoming me for this event. It's going to be a real showcase, a prelude, of what I will be offering in November.
Okay.
So we'll be this is a special show, and on invitation only. For media, for sponsors, and media people like you. Of course, you're very welcome.
Yeah, sure.
And to give a prelude of what the big event will be in November.
Okay.
So yeah.
Tell me, after 17 years out, when you land back in Cameroon, what are the things that you have on your mind right now?
Oh well, I was a bit lost, to tell you the truth. I was finding everything a little bit strange, like I was landing on a different planet. Yeah, on Mars, what to say. But the very first time that was in 2000, when I had this sensation, this impression was in 2012. Now, well,
it's getting better.
It's getting a lot better, yes.
Yeah. Well, Cameroon is still a land of a lot of things, so please try your hand and your mouth at many things while you're here.
Oh, well, okay, so...
Oh, you're looking at my basket.
I'm looking at this basket. I see. I'm a fruit.
So
I'm
a
fruit and fruity kind of person.
You're still a bit lost though. These are bananas, oranges. This is a lemon, and then what?
Am I allowed to take away more than one item?
Yes.
Really? If I take more than
want you to discover, please feel free.
If I take more than one item, well,
but you're not allowed to take the basket.
My followers, people who are coming after me, might not have anything. Well, I begin with.
A slice of the watermelon.
A slice of the watermelon?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, watermelon. I love watermelons.
It is good.
You know what I'm talking about? You don't.
I'm going to come discover that on the 17th. But I have a question for you, though. Today we're asking people to tell us about social media relationships. You know, when you stay so far away, there's this temptation to hook up with girls from different places. Have you ever tried that? Like, go chase girls on the internet?
Well... Not really.
Tell us about it.
They do chase me.
They do chase you?
On the internet.
Okay.
And I try to run away as quickly as I can.
All right. Well, we'll take that version. We'll go try find out if there is another version, and maybe we'll be giving that to you out there. But this is the question. If you've had an internet experience with dating, or you're thinking of love on the internet, or you have any opinion about love on the internet, please tell us about that. Send your text messages to 667479043. That's Pochi's telephone number. I'm giving it to you free. On this day, we share love, isn't it? So text me and tell me what you think about love through the virtual world. It looks like that's a trend. Now, thank you very much, Dave Moktoy. I wish you a happy day.
Yes, thank you. I wish you the same. But before I go, I would like to tell you and your viewers a very short anecdote.
Go ahead. I'm laughing already.
You really? You think it's going to be funny because I'm a comic? Okay, hopefully it will. I'm at the reception, my hotel, about a couple of years ago in a little town here in Cameroon. I will not tell you where.
Yeah.
And there's this, I overhear this conversation between the receptionist and an American tourist. Okay? I overhear that. He goes, "Excuse me, sir, yesterday there was power and no running water. Today there is running water and no power. I don't understand this." And the receptionist goes, "Yes, I understand you, sir. And I have very good news for you, sir. Tomorrow is Wednesday.
So you have not.
Generally on Wednesdays there is no running water and no power."
I don't know whether I should laugh at that because I don't want to be in a hotel where there is no power, running water.
But you want to be in a country where that happens?
No, not sure. Not sure either. Okay. But you know what? I get you very well, and I'm sure your message got through. But this is what I have to say, though. We should be the change we want to see in the world, and sometimes the change starts with just one step. You can't change everything all the time.
Perfectly
and
right.
believe in yourself. A lot of people believe in others and let themselves
No, you
down.
should be the change you want to see in the world.
Absolutely.
Let's work towards that goal.
Thank you very much, Dave Moto. You're a very brilliant person. Please keep it up and let us know. Let us know how you're moving.
That compliment is so good for my heart. I rarely get compliments, so when I do get one,
I need to send this man out of here right now.
When I do
Dave
get a
Motoy,
compliment.
have a beautiful day and keep coming on Hello Cameroon.
Thank you.
We also have Asadio, who's coming on behalf. He's coming to talk to us about cultural issues with the Italian embassy.
Definitely.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning, Fushi. And you?
I'm all right.
Nice to be on the Hello Morning program again.
I'm very pleased to have you. And thank you for choosing to wake up with the CRTV.
Indeed.
All right. So please tell me about your cultural association there.
I would like to, first of all, mention that I'm not here just to talk about my association. I'm representing the Italian embassy within the framework of the promotion of Italian culture, especially this morning.
Okay.
So the ambassador, Mrs. Samuela Isopi, sent me, to talk about the importance of the Italian language, within the framework of cooperation between Italy and Cameroon.
Is it in Italian that you say te quiero mucho? Is that Italian?
No.
That's Spanish.
That's Spanish,
Okay.
yes.
Because I'm
Ti
trying
amo
myself.
molto. In Italian,
I'm trying myself at saying I love you in many languages.
Yes.
So
The general background is that there's not only Clearap, so there are many Italian language schools here in Cameroon.
Okay.
So like ICLIC, okay, of Dr. Valerie Kwam at the Omnisport. We also have Parliamo Italiano at Carrefour Scalam here in Yaoundé, the Centro Italiano there at Bastos, okay, and of course Clearap Yaoundé in at Melen.
All right.
That's not all. If you go down to Douala, you say there are also many Italians as well as Cameroonians who teach Italian language.
Okay.
Euclid of Marisa. You also have Oasi Italiana at Bepanda and Clearap, okay, at Carrefour Happy Sport in Douala.
Okay.
Then not just in Yaoundé and Douala, but Chang as well. You have the University of Chang, where Italian language also is also taught, and you have Clearap Chang. So Clearap is definitely everywhere. So this is the general background of the teaching of Italian language. They're amongst many other Italian language schools.
from the many centers you talk about, I begin to imagine there are many Cameroonians who are interested in Italian languages. Why will a Cameroonian go study Italian? What are the openings? What are the options?
Okay, indeed, that's the next Saturday conference, has as a theme, le mille opportunità della lingua italiana. That is thousands of opportunities that the Italian language offers. Let's say there are many Italian businesses, being set up in Cameroon every day. Okay, if you don't know the language, and I mean, if you know the language, that would be a tool, that would be an added value. Okay, so you will easily communicate with the investors, and you would understand them, and better, act as a mediator between the Italian investors and Cameroon as well. So that's the local job opportunities. You also learn Italian if you want, let's say, if you want your wife or your husband to join you there in Italy. That's a family reunion. Imagine that you are in Italy, then you are not even able to go to the bank or to hospital if the child falls sick. Then if you go there, what would you say to the doctor? If you want to go and buy something in the market, very few people. So Italian people, they have always displayed that kind of lackadaisical attitude toward learning other languages. I mean, if you don't learn Italian, how would you interact in that environment?
Okay.
So you also learn Italian, which is the main focus of this morning for university studies. If you want to study in Italy, of course you must learn the Italian language, and that's why we are encouraging young Cameroonians, to learn the Italian language in order to benefit from the advantages that the Italian university system offers to young Cameroonians. We want them to study the Italian language, to go to Italy, to study, to acquire the necessary skills, but to come back and give their significant contribution to the development of this country. I think this is absolutely necessary. That's why I've come here. And to better understand the message we want to convey to the young Cameroonian people, you must come to Promote, that is at Casa Italia, next Saturday at 10 o'clock, that's between 10 and 12, to listen, to understand, okay, and even to ask the question, and especially to parents, because parents, they have always had that attitude of deciding, on the place, deciding for the children. Whereas children, they have other skills, they have other capacity that they can boost.
So you want to check out the Italian stand at Promote here in Yaoundé on Saturday at 10 a.m. That's what you need to know, because you will be discovering thousands, that's what he said, thousands of opportunities that open up to you when you learn how to speak Italian. Now, before I go, though, today we're talking about love. Today is the 14th of February.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be a special day for me. That is to love my wife, Unfortunately, I'm so versed in the program. That's the Deputy Vice Minister Visit and the Rector of the Università per Stranieri di Siena, who is here in Cameroon, and he would launch, he would openly, inaugurate the new venue of Clearap Yaoundé in Melen, and he would be there this afternoon. It will be live on Facebook.
I feel like doing something exceptional today. Do you want to send a love message to a few persons who matter to you? You can choose to say it only to your wife.
Michelle, I really love you.
Oh, wow. That was so quick. He said, Michelle, I really love you. Let me repeat that so you heard. Thank you very much.
Okay, and all listening to all women. Indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a beautiful day.
Okay,
and
same
of
to
course,
you.
the appointment is taken for Saturday, 10 o'clock at the stand of the Italian Embassy here in Yaoundé at the Promote event. Have a beautiful day, sir.
Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure, too. Now, if you know the paper leaf, or maybe you don't know, Parfai, our regular resource person who tells us about the wonders in and around our home, sometimes wonders we know little about, is standing by to tell us. This is Plant World on Hello Cameroon.
Hello, Cameroon. This Tuesday morning, you are going to learn another medicine from the sandpaper tree. When I talk of sandpaper tree, let me come and explain it. That is, those of you who are asthmatic, you are going to learn something today. And let's get to that place, to this. We clear, because the whole place, in fact, good. This one is still a young plant, and I want you to see exactly, and you know how you can be able to use it, because it grows. You have it around growing in most areas, and you see, here we have the sandpaper tree. When I talk of the sandpaper tree, I am talking about the leaves. You see, we call it sandpaper leaves. Look at it. I think those of you in some primary school, that's what they use in washing their tables. You can even use it to smoothen your table or your stool. This sandpaper, as we call it, the sandpaper tree or sandpaper leaf, it's a real wonderful medicinal tree. You see, most people who suffer from asthma, I am not saying that you forget about any other treatment. You have your treatment, but in the villages where we don't have the conventional medical practitioners, you can solve your problem. It is good, and it is for the treatment of asthma. I say this with living evidence. But it is not the leaves, however, for now. It is the liquid. You need to get the big tree. When you see where the tree is as big as this size, then you dig underneath, where you can put a small container of about 5 liters or 2 liters or 3 liters, and you cut the root. When you cut the root, let the liquid drop. As it is dropping, you make sure the area is clean, you cover, so that dust should not get into it. And after some time, you can do that in the evening, and in the morning you come, you have even more than 3 liters. But it doesn't mean that you take that, all of that quantity. No, you don't even drink it in a glass. It is tablespoon, 1/8 of the normal glass, because it is a tablespoon, and this is the way you take it. You drink, swallow with force. That is, you do that every 4 hours. And believe me, the first 2-3 days, you'll notice the difference. Even if the person is moving and he cannot even climb small hills, put him on this liquid from sandpaper tree. Let us come back now to the management of diabetes. I am not saying that it is the treatment or the cure. I am talking about the management. That is, it brings it down. Take these leaves from the sandpaper tree, boil them. And when I talk, we don't have weight-made measures in the village, except you come to town and you buy. Get this quantity, depending on your size, you see, because when I put it this way, like this, it is insufficient. This is for the person who is smaller than me. You get a good quantity, please. I want you, Hello Cameroon fans, to get that treatment. You see, this is 1 tangi, that is the measurement, 1.5 liter. You boil. You can dry it and take it as your tea. That is the way I do it. I have it, if you come to my place, my home, you see this thing, I take it often to make sure my destiny is balanced.
This, the leaves, take note to manage cases of diabetes. And the liquid. Now, some people will prefer, as I've met some people, and I always tell them, no, take the liquid, not the back. During the seminars that I hold with healers, I tell them the liquid is much more active and faster than the back. For today, Halo fans, you are learning two things, very complicated problems. You have the sandpaper tree as your solution, good for the management of these two problems, these two health problems, which are very, very disturbing. But I'm saying this from personal experience. So this Tuesday morning, we are wishing all Hello Cameroon fans a wonderful day and a wonderful week. So, hello!
Hello, Pafa. Thank you so much for always being there and for teaching us a lot more about the wonders of nature that we have around us. Have you ever tried your hand at virtual dating, like, you know, sitting in front of your computer or your Android telephones these days to hook up with somebody and start a relationship? If not, well, just tell me what you think about it. If you have, if you haven't, that's okay. Just send me a text message and tell me today whether you believe in love through the virtual world. This is Pochi's number this morning, 667479043. Now let's talk about physical education. We have a lady who's just joined us, Madam Quindi Rosalie Amba. Hello, ma'am. Thank you for coming on Hello Cameroon.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. You're the Deputy Director for the Teaching of Physical Education at the Ministry of Sports and Physical Education.
Sure.
All right. First of all, though, on a day like this, there's a lot of red around town. What does a lady like you think of?
There's a lot of
red. Today is 14th of February.
Oh, I see.
It's in your mind, right?
This is a coincidence. Thank you, ma'am. This is a coincidence. If I think that the 14th of February is meant for lovers, a Lovers' Day, I think my own is directly related to what I've been doing for the past 32 years.
Okay.
Physical and sports education.
Okay.
I very much love it.
All right.
And this is a coincidence. Coming to talk about physical education here today, it's my own way of showing my own
It's your
love.
passion, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. You know, love is something passionate, they say. It holds you and grips you if it's your job. It's all right. We're talking about the 10th edition of the National Physical Education Day, which is going to be celebrated in Cameroon very soon, in a few days' time. So maybe you want to tell us, first of all, on when you talk about Physical Education Day, what do you do on such a day? More sports, or you talk to people about fitness?
Okay, thank you. Physical Education Day, the celebration, we are here in particular to sensitize the entire population of Cameroon with no discrimination. Physical education is an activity that can be practiced by anybody, little, young, old, rich, poor. That is basically what we're talking about. Because some people try to mesh it up with sports.
Okay.
But physical education, we're calling on everybody to come and do it because it is directly related to health.
All right.
If you don't do physical education, you are reducing your lifespan. And physical education is the best medication. It's not me who's saying it. The United Nations said that long ago. And that's why they decided to give physical education an international day. Okay, in Cameroon today, normally the Physical Education International Day is on the 2nd of every June. But in Cameroon today, we are celebrating it from the 18th to the 20th of February. Because as you know, we were taken aback with the huge organization of the AFSCON last year. So it somehow perturbed our programs. There are a lot of things that we didn't do that we have to catch up with this year. And my ministry is called the Ministry of Sports and Physical Education, which means that you have the sports section and then you have the physical education. But what I want to make clear here is physical education is for all, for everybody, indiscriminately. The sports, people should know the difference. With sports, you either have it inherited or you have to go for tedious training. But with physical education, training or not, you can do it at your pace. If you feel apt, you can do as many times as you can. You can go up to 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. That's why even people with disabilities, even the old, the age, young kids, everybody is encouraged to do it.
Okay.
And the specificity we have this year is that we've been doing this, celebrating the physical education day for the ninth
Yes,
for the past 9th year. And this is the 10th edition. And this edition is going to be led by our own Excellency, the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, who has given his accord, and the Prime Minister will be out to celebrate it. So,
it's the event for everybody to attend.
Exactly.
All right. Well, it's about fitness, she said, and it's about staying healthy. Thank you very much, Madam Quindi Rosalie, for coming. And of course, please keep telling us about fitness. It's good to know how you can keep your life, as long as possible. Have a beautiful day ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we'll meet you. Have you had breakfast? You like something from our basket?
Thank you. I haven't had, but let me just be
a banana.
Right. Thank you.
All right. Beautiful day there. Now, let's give you an aperçu of how your outside looks like in case you're thinking of stepping out. This is what the weather forecast says. If you're watching us from Belova is in the south, you have scattered thunderstorms around the corner, and your temperature, when it will be highest, will be 30 degrees Celsius, and you have your chance of rain. It might rain in Belova today, and there's 50% chance that it rains over there. If you're watching us from Betwa in the east region, it's a generally clear sky, and your temperature when it's highest will be 35 degrees Celsius. When it's lowest, it will be 19. And if you're watching us from Yaoundé, from where we are broadcasting, is here in the center region, it's a partly cloudy day ahead of you, and your temperature when it's highest will be 33 degrees Celsius, and when it's lowest, 21. If you're in Douala in the littoral region, it's a partly cloudy day there as well. Your temperature will be between 34 and 25 degrees Celsius. If you're watching us from Bafoussam, that's in the west region, it's a generally clear sky for you over there, and your temperature when it's highest will be 33 degrees Celsius, and when it's lowest, that's towards nightfall, with 16 degrees Celsius. In Bamenda in the northwest, it's a generally clear sky, temperature between 33 and 15. In Boya in the southwest, it's a partly cloudy day, and your temperature will be between 28 and 19. In Gaoundéré, we're moving up north in the Adamawa. It's a generally clear sky for you over there, and your temperature will be between 32 and 16 degrees Celsius. If you are in Garwa in the north, it's a generally clear sky, temperature between 36 and 19. And in Marwa, furthest up north, it's clear sky for you, temperature between 34 and 18 degrees Celsius. It's time for news, the 7 o'clock news. Manuela Vernier is here.
Beautiful morning to you all. Thanks for choosing the national broadcaster to get informed. Welcome to our 7 a.m. edition today, the 14th of February, 2017. And for news to look out for this morning, the International Exhibition of Enterprises, Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises and Partnership, dubbed Promote 2017, enters another phase in Yaoundé today. It is being announced the inauguration of the Italian section of the promotion ground, where about 90 enterprises of the Italian origin are exhibiting their know-how. Promote 2017 is giving business people in Cameroon and around the world the opportunity to strike business deals and equally exchange in their fields. In other news, people around the world today will be observing the St. Valentine's Day. The day is widely known to show love to one's partner or to those around, and is often celebrated yearly on the 14th of February. In Cameroon, some Yaoundé denizens have been making plans of how to observe today. Others are opting for a quiet dinner or an outing for two, while others think of exchanging gifts in the likes of flowers and chocolates. Some, however, are of the opinion that love should be shown all year round and not only on a single day. Cameroon's Minister of Sports and Physical Education, Bidonkwa, today received New Year wishes from the entire staff of that ministry. The annual event to take place at the ministry premises begins at 11 a.m. And for news now into our news file, thousands of enterprises, like you heard in the brief, have begun showcasing their know-how in the International Exhibition of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises and Partnership, dubbed Promote 2017. The exhibition was officially launched yesterday by Prime Minister, Head of Government, Philemon Yang. Sisako Tamko was there.
Promote 2017 is holding against the backdrop of a dwindling economic environment and slow growth in the sub-region. This 6th edition of the largest economic gathering in sub-Saharan Africa is expected not only to promote local entrepreneurship, but will also pool regional, sub-regional know-how with the aim of bridging the gap between these economies and those of the developed world in a spirit of shared prosperity and win-win partnership. As underscored by Minister of Trade Magua Atanganambaga, the head of state is patronizing a 3-year organization to ensure greater participation. Coming on the heels of the International Economic Conference Invest in Cameroon and the SAMAC Summit on Sub-Regional Currency, Promote 2017 has drawn many more participants as reflected in 1,300 large stands in all sectors of activities. Through business meetings, conferences, workshops and networking, it's expected that the 9-day event will enable the African countries jumpstart production or engage in joint venture partnership. Expectations are high from the private sector, which perceives the platform as a continuation of ongoing dialogue with government and opportunity to reinforce the process of integration.
This is the opportunity to tell our head of state that there should be no visa in between our countries. Today, if we have to improve our economies, if we have to develop our countries, it's an objective that has to be set up really.
Certificates of recognition were handed to 4 main partners and official partners of Promote 2017.
And on to something else now. The Executive Director of UN Counter-Terrorism, Jean-Paul Laborde, has been received in audience by Prime Minister, Head of Government, Philemon Yang. Both officials spoke of the need for an integrated strategy in the ongoing fight against terrorism in the Central African sub-region. As you tell us once more, Sisako Tanko.
Visiting UN Executive Director of Counter-Terrorism Committee, Jean-Paul Laborde, reiterated the need to contain the repeated incursions of the terrorist sect Boko Haram, whose killings in the region has brought untold pain. In the company of special representatives of the UN Secretary-General for Central Africa, François Lausanne-Fall, and Mohamed Chambers of West Africa, talks helped Prime Minister Yang focus on the regional implementation of Security Council Resolution 1373 in combating terrorism. Although the threat varies from region to region, Central and West Africa are interconnected, so they will need similar preventive actions for the elimination of conditions conducive for the spread of terrorism.
We discussed also an issue which is very close to our heart, means how to rehabilitate the youth, especially the young people who have been involved in these activities. And I just mentioned to the Prime Minister how much your country and the countries of Western and Central Africa have a comparative advantage in comparison with some other countries and some other regions of the world, because of the capacity of the communities here in these regions, to reintegrate these young people.
Reacting to the recent killings of some UN officials in the north of the country, the Executive Director condemned impunity.
It's also something that we have to really, terrorists has to be attacked in a way that terrorists have to be brought to justice, because the worst things which can happen is impunity. And impunity means in this case that the victims are not well considered, are not considered enough. The victims of terrorism are victims of crime.
The UN officials were introduced by Roshdi Raja, outgoing coordinator of UN systems in Cameroon.
Cameroonian youths from various academic backgrounds and associations have paid tribute to the head of state for his plans to make life better for youths in Cameroon. The youth made this known yesterday during a ceremony to observe the 84th birthday of the head of state, Luma Slim Davis.
The ceremony to celebrate the anniversary of President Paul Biya was in several ways political, economic as well as social. The youth groups, through their various leaders, wished the president well and pledged their support for him to make Cameroon peaceful and united, a call that did not fall on deaf ears.
His Excellency, President Paul Biya, has asked me to reiterate his message to you on the occasion of the National Youth Day. In that message, he reminded you that each of you is a star in our sky, for you are the ones who light up Cameroon. You should always remember that you represent the positive values of a radiant and winning Cameroon.
President Paul Biya was lauded for modernizing universities in administration, pedagogy and infrastructure, amongst others.
Celebrating the head of state's birthday is one of the many ways in which the youth today signify their attachment to national symbols and national institutions.
A special anniversary gift from the youth to President Paul Biya, representing a symbol of unity, engagement and trust, was reciprocated to the delight of the young men and women. The occasion was graced by a variety of popular Cameroonian music.
An inter-urban bus service has been relaunched in Yaoundé after the former one ran into ruins. 43 brand new buses have been reintroduced into the system to ply 13 different areas in the city of Yaoundé. Clarice Aretaka was there and now reports.
43 buses to connect commuters from one part of Yaoundé to the other through 5 transport routes to begin with. From the central post office to neighborhoods like Simbok, Damas, Mendong, Ahala and Soa, intra-urban public transport by bus is gradually hitting the road.
We will have in all 13 lines, and in these 5 lines there are 2 special lines. One line will link the 2 state universities. The second special line will link Simalen International Airport and Yaoundé Central Town.
200 francs will give users access to the new bus service.
Passengers will acquire a tap-and-go card. They use this card and then get onto the bus, and there's a device inside. They tap and payment is done. Not only that, but it helps the public transport company to monitor in real time where the buses are.
The different details may be in place. There, however, remains Yaoundé's hilly terrain and road infrastructure to consider. 2 areas about which opinions hold could determine the performance of the new buses. Early morning and rush hour traffic driving home this point. Added to this, the ever-changing demographics of Yaoundé, many say, calls for a more adequate road network, even though the routes to be plied are said to be in satisfactory condition. By mid this year, 8 more routes will follow and 107 buses join the lot to ease the movement of inhabitants in Yaoundé. The new service is described as part of the solution to effectively address the public intra-urban transport situation in the nation's capital.
And the wish of all is, of course, for this transport to be eased across the city of Yaoundé, and why not other cities in Cameroon. That brings us to the end of our 7 a.m. edition today. Thanks for watching. Happy Valentine's Day to all who believe in it, and why not show love on a daily basis for those who doesn't believe on love only on 11th February or 14th February.
We heard it from Dave Moktoy. Love probably for some people is everyday affair. It's an everyday affair. So maybe you're one of those. And to show you love, huh?
Yes, Pucci.
Would you like something?
As always. I know you don't only show me love on the 14th.
You know, feel free. Today we're having a love in excess. You know what? Now I want to bring you this song. It's going to turn on your dancing mood. It's a love song from TZ Panchak. The title is Like That. This is a guy from Blue Nation, and the video is put together by a famous name, King Stephens. Just enjoy.
It's easy Panchaco, yeah, nation. See you already know, wow. No need to change, no need to bleach, oh, no need to shame. Mon bébé, tu es très belle comme ça. Oh, I like you like that, oh. I feel you like that, oh. Yeah. When there's fire on the mountain, yeah, then are you I want to run to. When the world want to hate on me, yeah, then are you I got to lean on. My cherry coco, sweetie tomato. Give me your heart, baby, no let go, no. My shorty, baby, sweetie tomato. Try, give me your love, baby, je t'aime. No need to change, no need to bleed, oh, no need to shame. Mon bébé, tu es très belle comme ça. Oh, I like you like that, oh. I like you like that. I feel you like that, oh. No need to change, no need to bleed, oh, no need to shame. Mon bébé, tu es très belle comme ça. Oh, I like you like that, oh. I like you like that. I feel you like that, oh. Yeah. Girl, you come out for who can side, so when he make me just digress, they go. You be picking for who can man, so girl, you're beautiful. My cherry coco, sweetie tomato. Give me your heart, baby, no let go, no. My jolly baby, sweetie tomato. Try, give me your love, baby, je t'aime, je t'aime. No need to change, no need to bleach, oh, no need to change. Mon bébé, tu es très belle comme ça. Oh, I like you like that, oh. Like that, oh. I feel you like that, oh. Yeah. No need to change, no need to bleach, oh. No need to shame. Mon bébé, tu es très belle comme ça. I like you like that, oh. Like that, oh. I feel you like that, oh. Yeah, like that. Like that, oh. Nation. See you already know. Like that, oh. When it's scary and dark, then are you I will run to. When it's rainy and cold, then are you I will run to. Don't keep me waiting, no, me waiting. Mommy, don't keep me waiting, no. Panchaco.
K Mr. K Mix.
Panchak celebrating love with us on Hello Cameroon and on the CRTV today. Keep your messages coming in. Want to send our own love messages to some persons we think are very special to you and I. I'm thinking, first of all, of people who are in blues, in white blues. I'm thinking of medical doctors, nurses, and lab technicians. You're probably watching us from different hospitals or health centers across the country, and you're working, and we're here jumping and talking about love. Please receive some of that love. We hold you very dear, and thank you for working to help the nation to stay healthy. We'll be talking about love the whole of this program. Please stay with us, and we'll be wrapping it up at Promote That's where Hello Cameroon will end today. So stay with us so you don't miss that very special moment when we switch from this. It's going to be like magic. But now, let's talk about the newspapers and what you have in the headlines. This is Baldwin Sama, who is right here with me in this studio. Wow, you look cute. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, Pochi.
Good morning. Tell me, what do we have in the papers?
We have so many stories that I do want to our newspapers this Tuesday morning, February 14, 2017. We begin with President Paul Biya's birthday. That was yesterday, February 13, 2017, with many youths in the nation's capital mobilized and converged at the Yaoundé Conference Center yesterday to celebrate Paul Biya's anniversary. That is what you can read as what the key story in today's edition of Lone Bilingual Daily Newspaper, Cameroon Tribune newspaper, published this Tuesday morning, talking about President Paul Biya's anniversary. The paper talks about these many youths who were mobilized in Yaoundé in the presence of some government ministers to celebrate his anniversary. We are talking about the story that should be in today's edition of Cameroon Tribune newspaper. And since we're talking about Cameroon Tribune, we're having some technical problems this morning, having images of our newspapers as per what the papers have published. This is Tuesday morning, February 14. We begin with the Cameroon Tribune newspaper, as I was saying a while ago. A special gifts from these youth, special messages from them. Also, as to how they wish more years to the President of the Republic as he celebrated his anniversary yesterday. Read that story by getting a copy of today's edition of Cameroon Tribune newspaper. We leave that paper to talk about today's edition of Mutation newspaper, still talking about Paul Biya's anniversary. That was yesterday, February 13, 2017, with these many youths who wished him happy birthday and pledged their inalienable and unconditional support and wished him many years as President of the Republic of Cameroon. That story you can read in today's edition of Mutation newspaper. We stay away from stories linked to the anniversary of President Paul Biya celebrated yesterday, February 13, 2017, to talk about the court hearing of leaders of the consortium who have been remanded in custody for several weeks now. The hearings opened yesterday at the military tribunal here in Yaoundé. In today's edition of Emergence newspaper, it paints a picture of what happened yesterday, saying over 120 lawyers were present to defend the accused at the military tribunal yesterday, saying that Barrister Ben Muna, Barrister Ita Bison Jr., Barrister Chungang, and Patrice Monte indicted the non-availability for the list of witnesses yesterday, and that the court hearing lasted for well over 3 hours, 30 minutes, and get to know more about some of the side attractions of yesterday's court hearing as concerns these leaders of a consortium yesterday by the military tribunal in this edition of Emergence newspaper. If there is a similar story you can read in the latest edition of the Guardian Post newspaper, published this Tuesday morning, February 14, 2017. The Guardian Post newspaper informs us this morning that Barrister Agbobala, Dr. Fontem Neba, and Mancho Bibixi, the court hearing opened yesterday at the military tribunal. The paper says over 200 lawyers stormed that Yaoundé military tribunal to support these arrested leaders of the consortium, saying that the accused persons were in high spirits and pleaded not guilty to all the charges leveled against them yesterday, and that the case has been adjourned to the 23rd of March 2017. Read that story in today's edition of the Guardian Post newspaper. The Star newspaper for this week says talks about President Paul Biya's message to the youths on the occasion of for the 2017 Youth Day. That was last weekend. He addressed the youth on the 10th of February this year, and that's laid emphasis on the fact that education is important. Children's education is very important, and said those obstructing education will severely be dealt with. And shocked by the latest happenings in the two Anglophone regions, two English-speaking regions, the Northwest and Southwest regions, and maintains that protest is a constitutional right, but not a force of violence, and promises to solve these problems raised by Anglophones in these two regions. Read that by getting a copy of this week's edition of the Star newspaper. The Times Journal for this week, the latest edition of its publication announces that a British member of parliament anticipated rape of southern Cameroon's outlines possible path to independence. Read that story in the Times Journal as we end with the latest edition of the Post newspaper that says Pioneer Secretary of West Cameroon Parliament dies at 90. That is what you can read in Monday's edition of the Post newspaper. The last newspaper we are talking about this morning is the Post newspaper, saying that Justice Oliver Michael Inglis, one of the pioneers of Cameroon's judicial system, and later became a lawyer, has died at the Mount Mary Hospital. That is in Boya, in the southwest region. The tip of the iceberg as to many stories you can have the opportunity to read by getting copies of different newspapers published on this special day in the year 2017, the day we talk essentially about love.
Right. Thank you very much, Bodin Sama.
You're welcome, Pochi.
On a day like this, I'm asking people what they think. I know you're off the market. That's okay. I'm not talking about your personal experience. But what do you think about love through the virtual world? Like people who use WhatsApp, Facebook, internet chat sites to find their luck?
I don't believe in long distance relationships.
It's definitely long distance.
Those who date via WhatsApp or Facebook, I don't believe in it because there is no sincerity, there is no honesty as far as long distance relationship is concerned. You may have a boyfriend you met on Facebook. The boyfriend is in the US and you're in Cameroon. He keeps on reassuring you on a daily basis about his love for you on WhatsApp or on social media, but you don't know what is happening over there. This issue of there's no physical contact, I don't believe in it because 80% of experiences, I have many friends.
Yeah.
Who've tried. Who've tried, and unfortunately, it has not worked.
Bingo.
I had been subjected to one, it didn't work, so I'm talking out of experience.
We got that live on Hello Cameroon. Thank you so much, Bodin Sama.
You're welcome.
Have a beautiful day, and let's see you again on Thursday.
God willing.
All right. Now, let me read some of your messages that just came through. This is coming from Ernest Akufo. He says, as per love and the virtual world, it demands resistance. For day in and out, you entice and must resist. Nevertheless, creating acquaintances over the social media is very important, for we never know where the future could take us. This is coming from Ndinge Catherine in Bamenda. She says, I don't believe in relationships via internet. I wish to say Happy Valentine's Day to Parfait Benyo, Sandra Ekenyo, and Mama Ifrizia Fusia, all in Ko Noni. And this other one, hello Pochi, this is Richard Donko. Virtual dating is very interesting, but the price is too high. You do not know who your partner is and the character traits of the person. Happy Valentine's Day to all. Thank you very much, Ndunko. Social media friends are dangerous because it is difficult to know really who you are dealing with. This is from Tanyima Job Emmanuel in Bamenda. We have many more messages coming, but now let's go to our legal slot on Hello Cameroon. Today we're looking at omission. What does omission mean? What does it entail, and what are the implications? Please just stand by for us.
Omission as an offense. In essence, this is an omission principally where a person has an obligation to act, where a person, an individual or a public authority has an obligation to act, towards another person or the public, and they fail. That's basically is the failure to act where there is a duty to act. That's an omission in essence, which is fully described, and defined by both our civil and penal codes with penalties and sanctions for such failure to act. An omission as an offense, principally, it's a thought action. It's an action in thought, but that has penal, consequences. And when we look at it as a thought, we need to establish, first of all, that there was a duty to act between these persons, and that such duty was breached, and that as a result of this, and that the harm that this person suffered was as a result of that breach, and that in effect, in essence, in reality, the person suffered that breach. Now, when we look at the different scenarios that could better explain such as this legal doctrine, I take you to a law school story we had back in the day. You know, you're walking by the street, or you're walking by the, a stream, and you see somebody drowning. Are you obliged to go in there and save them? Now, with regard to what our civil code says, if you can, if you are able to, without, causing, danger to yourself or to somebody else, then you will be penally responsible if you don't respond accordingly. I give another scenario. If you are in position to thwart or to prevent the commission of a felony without necessarily placing yourself in danger, but you don't do so, right? You will be liable for imprisonment and a fine. Or if, for instance, you have information about, somebody has been incarcerated for a crime they did not commit. You have information that will exonerate that individual, but you willfully, do not, provide that information to the court or the administrative authorities or the judiciary, without necessarily there being any risk to yourself or to those around you or to your family. If you don't provide that information, that's an omission, which is an offense. You can claim damages. Now that's the civil side. Now if you're not satisfied with that, knowing that our state councils are responsible or are mandated to carry on with the prosecution of these kind of acts, either there is an imprisonment that could be, meted on you, or you pay a fine, or both at the same time, depending on the gravity, of the situation, depending on the gravity of the occurring circumstances as a result of your failure to act or your failure to perform. And let's bear in mind, omission as an offense is not only to, private individuals. Where you are a public authority and you fail to act. So, for instance, if there's a riot out here today, the public authorities have a duty, to thwart a riot action, because we know what happens in riots. Property is destroyed, individual liberties are violated. If the authorities that be do not take the necessary step, or they fail to take the necessary steps to thwart a riot action or a violent strike action, and as a result of that there is damage or there is carnage, then those people who are affected, the victims, they have a course of action to take against such a public authority. Similarly, we know of circumstances where people have been remanded in custody without cause. People have been arbitrarily arrested and incarcerated without cause. As a public authority, if you are aware of that and you have the mandate, to preclude such an action, and you fail to do so, or you delay in doing so, and as a result, somebody suffers additionally, then you can be held liable. That is, those will fall under public acts, but they will fall under condemnable public acts. The only instance where an omission will be considered to have been mitigated or to have been justified is if you who has a duty to act face a danger. If acting will be detrimental to your being or to that of those around you. In the same light, I use the example of the person who has, pertinent information that has to do with a case. An ongoing case, or someone who has been incarcerated. If providing that information will bring it to the public light and will make you vulnerable to attacks or to vindications or to revenge from the other parties concerned. That, in essence, is a justification for not acting. So where you are in danger, or where your family or loved ones will be in danger if you act, not acting will be justified. First of all, there are a lot of things that go on in society which show that the public is not well aware or not well informed as to what constitutes an offense. A lot of persons think that an offense is only an act that you commit, but you can sit back, fold your arms, and you will still be committing an offense. So one, people should be informed, and secondly, our penal code is clear. If you have the duty to act and you fail to act, either as a public or private entity, there are penal ramifications as well as civil penalties that could be imposed on you. So I believe that as citizens, we have an obligation to act as model citizens. We have an obligation to better ourselves. And the only way in which we can do that and better the society, our communities around us, is for us to respect that duty of care. I have a duty of care towards you, not just to act in a particular way, but to prevent, myself from acting in a particular way. That way, we ensure a society where law and order is observed. Law and order must not only be observed from the part of the private citizens, but the authorities themselves have to observe law and order. No one is above the law in this country. And in as much as, the authorities that expect us as citizens to observe the law, we, in turn, as citizens, we need to hold, our authorities to a higher standard even, to ensure that they also uphold the law. Because if we, both private and public, entities, we respect the law and we observe the duty of care that should exist between ourselves, then I believe that it will make for a better society.
Know that there is something called a mission and its implications. Now let me read some more of your messages before we move on to the next thing on Hello Cameroon. Today we're talking all love, isn't it? Well, this is coming from Ngu Gravens. He says, love through the social network is more of an android relationship than total trust being established among both parties. Furthermore, time is an essential factor in this kind of relationship. Okay, that's your take, Gravens. Thank you so much for commenting on Hello Cameroon. Online ladies are sweet and positive, but have you asked why they paste only their painted faces? 99% of these ladies are fake. Don't be a victim of beauty. Happy Valentine's Day. This is a Besso Demos in Kemleke in Oja, in Yaoundé. We have many more of those messages coming, but this is the time I want to send my own love to you out there, particularly to people who wear fatigues. They carry guns, they bark at times, but in most cases, they help to protect our environment. They protect our borders. I'm talking about the military, the gendarmes, the police. If you are in that corps, you've earned our respect many times. Sometimes, of course, you make us wonder, but most times we respect you and we love you, particularly those who are members, those who are family to those who have paid the price in their lives. Please, we think of you on days like this and want to hug you. Take it from us. We love you. Now, let's move on to talk about youths and celebrating youths through a parish. We have Abata Bekolo, who's joining me here in the studio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. Tell me about Jaffe, which is in its 6th edition, and it's talking about how to project young people in your parish.
Well, I'm here this morning to talk about this event that usually takes place every year in our parish, and this year is the 6th edition under the theme, the promotion of peace, a permanent battle for the Christian youth.
Okay.
given the prevailing problems of peace in our country nowadays, we thought of promoting peace, but in a Christian way. So we are here to sensitize all the Christian youths, not only those from our parish, but those from other parishes, and then others from different religions.
Okay, you're from the Presbyterian Church, but which parish?
Presbyterian Church. Our parish is Albert Theodonium Guaitele Betania, behind the General Leclerc High School.
Okay.
So we are here to talk of this 1 week of intense activities. We started activities yesterday, and we shall be ending on the 19th, Sunday the 19th. We're having in our program learning programs, excursions, exposition, and many other activities.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope that the rendezvous is taken. Please take interest in peace building and sustainable peace building. Thank you very much, Abata Bekolo, for coming, and have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
All right, now let me turn to somebody probably you're already waiting to receive or to watch. Charles Ebune, good morning.
Good morning, Pochi.
Happy Vows Day to you.
And same to you too.
All right. But today we're talking about something that just happened and is still trending out there. Donald Trump lost a national security advisor this morning. He dropped, actually.
You are correct. You can remember that when President-elect won elections, I told you before he took office, the first day we made comments here about his election, that this is an administration that was going to have human resource problem. I'm talking about those to serve in the administration. And this morning, National Security Advisor Michael Flint resigned. And let me just take over from what Barrister Harley John was saying, that public officials should not only expect ordinary citizens to respect the law, but public officials should be the first to respect the law. Now, what happened to U.S. National Security Advisor? Michael Flint was picked by Donald Trump to serve him in this capacity. There is a rule in the United States of America that there are two categories of citizens. When you are the President of the United States of America, when you are the Vice President, the top brass, what they call the secretaries or the ministers, you fall in the category of public servants. Now, during a transition, that is between an incoming administration and the outgoing one, the incoming administration, the one to take office, top officials of that administration are not authorized to carry out conversations that have to do with topics of national interest. In the field of diplomacy, for example, no official is expected to make a telephone call pertaining to national issues. What National Security Peak did is that he had a telephone conversation on December 29, the same day Barack Obama was imposing sanctions which led to the expulsion of 35 Russian diplomats vis-a-vis the hacking scandal. And the incoming National Security Advisor held a telephone conversation with the Russian ambassador to the United States, saying something probably like, don't bother about the sanctions. When we come into office, we are going to take those sanctions away. And that is a breach of the law, because the President of the United States of America has exclusive monopoly over national security issue. Now, on diplomacy in particular, when Michael Flint was asked about this, after he said he didn't say that, giving Vice President Mike Pence to grant a series of public interviews saying that the National Security Advisor of the United States never did that. Now, until yesterday, when the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was at the White House, Michael Flynn was spotted somewhere. But knowing that the issue was going to be raised, Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, selectively decided to choose journalists who were going to ask questions during the White House dinner, press conference. The arrangement was that 2 Canadian journalists were going to ask questions freely, and 2 American journalists were going to ask questions freely. Now, why does the National Security Advisor matter? There are 3 top jobs in the United States of America, and I would like everybody to get that clear. the most difficult job in the United States of America is that of mayor of New York. It's not that of the president of the United States even, because this is the most complete city in the world. Nearly every race on earth is found in New York. For you to be mayor of New York, you need to be very powerful. Second, the president of the United States of America. And thirdly, the national security advisor of the United States. And the entire life of the whole nation depends on U.S. national security advisor. Now, what has happened is that this creates a confidence crisis in the administration. Because if the national security advisor of the United States does not tell the truth, who should tell the truth? Because all the decisions you take by the president are based on what the national security advisor tells you. Now, let me bring it to Cameroon so that people should understand what I'm talking about. What Minister Paul Atanganji tells President Biya is of strategic importance, because this is the national security advisor of this country. Whatever comes from his mouth, like in the US, like in any other presidential palace in the world, is of pivotal importance, because this is the final information. The good and the bad decision depends on that. Let me give an example that led to chaos in the world. Back in 2003, an Iranian student sits in London, writes a gossip article saying that Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction. That paper flew around the streets of London. That is how British intelligence got the paper, thought it was true, transferred that material to Tony Blair's national security advisor, who gave that material to the then U.S. national security advisor, Condoleezza Rice, and that is how the whole package of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq was packaged and led to the chaos that you and I know today. So, when you are the national security advisor of every country, make sure that you
have
tell
to
the
be
truth
spotless
to the boss. You have to be a man without any black leg.
You have to be spotless.
And
That's what it
just
says.
the last information.
Yes.
This is the guy who said during the campaign that Islamism, referring to Islam, that Islamism is a vicious cancer in the body of 1.5 billion people in the world. He was referring to the Muslim community.
And maybe he paid, because he said that and then he still became the national security advisor.
And today, he's out of office 24 days after taking office. And
you
this
will be
continue.
surprised. You will be surprised, Charles, to what length people go to get to office. But then there are sometimes stories like this, then they drop one day.
Sure.
So, well, we are here to give you the good side, the bad side, all the sides that we could
So it's
lay
not
our
a good
eyes
Valentine's
on.
Day for President Donald Trump.
I don't know. If he were here, I would ask him, but is it a good Valentine's Day for you?
I don't think so, too. Yeah, I have a series of meetings to attend from this morning to 10 p.m.
Okay,
so
Charles,
it's not
happy
a good day.
Valentine's Day, even if you spend it in meetings. I'm spending part of it here talking to you.
Thank
and
you,
keep
Putin.
sending your messages. We'll read them. Charles, have a beautiful day and talk to you again on Thursday.
You're welcome.
There is a 17-year-old boy from Abakwa. He's from Bamenda, and he doesn't have access to internet, hasn't had access to internet for some days. But he saw a competition on the internet and traveled to a nearby French-speaking city to take part in the competition, and he won. And he's become the first African in the world to win that international competition. Moki Edwin Kenzeka met this boy. It's a wonderful story. Please watch.
Thank you very much, Pochi Tambanso. We're receiving here G. Collins, the first African, the first Cameroonian to win the Google Code In Award. It is launched by Google to look at the capabilities and maybe help people all over the world who are using the services of Google, who use the internet, who use ICTs. And so this young man from Ndonga Mantum division of the Northwest region is the first from Cameroon, the first from Africa to be selected. G. Collins, you're welcome.
Thank you. My name is G. Collins, and I was one of the grand prize winners for the Google Coding Competition 2016, which was launched a few months ago. That is from November up to January. And the the competition is all about introducing high school students into the world of open source development.
Yeah, we're going to get to the competition, but before then, what are you studying? In what class are you?
I'm in the opposite science class, and I study S1.
How did you learn about this Google Code-in Award?
I learned about the Google coding from a friend, Wisdom G, and the Google developer group's manager, Niachek, from my school, who came to my school to talk about the competition.
When he came to your school, what did they tell you to do? What were the requirements?
So they told us to know some basic things in computer science and some basics in programming, in computer science programming, and how to use certain software like GitHub. And they also did a simple introduction to the C programming language.
So when you got the information, what did you submit to be selected?
So you basically just need to create an account because everyone is eligible to participate if you're 13 to 17. So you create an account and you can participate.
How did you participate? What account did you create? Can you explain to others who want to benefit from what you also had?
Okay, so you create you use your Google account if you don't have one yet, or if you use your Google account if you have one yet, or you create a new account which you would use to participate in the competition.
Well, after creating it, you just send it and that's all?
Yeah, after creating it, you sign it on the you sign in on the competition site, and that is it. You can now get to know about the competition and the organizations that.
Collins, just go ahead and tell us about the competition. If it's as easy as submitting a Google account, then there was something at stake.
Okay, so the competition is laid out in such a way that Google brings together different open source organizations who create bite-sized tasks for people to complete. That's for people who have signed in to participate in the competition to complete. And you get to choose which organization to participate with, or you can participate with any organization which you choose. And the organizations have put out tasks which you could complete so that you could win under that particular organization. So in total, each organization has its own winners, and there are there are 2 categories of winners, and each category brings out 5 winners. The 5 winners are laid out in these 2 categories, the finalists and the grand prize winners. So I was one of the grand prize winners for 2016 with the organization OpenMRS.
What is going to be happening now that you've got this prize, this award?
So when you get this award, you get a trip to Google's Google campus in the USA. Yeah, and you also get a digital certificate and a cool T-shirt.
Now, this may have been a result of the use of ICTs and the internet. Is that what you do in school, or you decided to learn it yourself?
They teach part of it in school, but the bulk of which I learned on my own.
I just want to know this young guy's story. So I also invited Collins' father, Mr. Nji Patrick. This, your son, right? Am I right, Mr. Nji Patrick?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, when you saw him being interested in using the computer, how did you receive the news? Because some parents say, oh, our children spend a lot of time on ICTs.
Yeah, actually, at the first sight, the computer which he is actually using was my computer. He used to take my computer, and I was not very happy with it because I was feeling that he is just spending time without doing house chores. When he gets up in the morning, he will just take my computer and start joking with it. So I was not really taking him serious about using my computer at the first sight. So when...
Did you punish him for doing that? What did you do?
Of course. At times I used to seize my computer and lock it in the house, and I tell him not to use it anymore because I was believing that he's just spending time on that computer for nothing.
So now that he bought this prize and he's the first in Africa to bring it, what did you do? Did you apologize to your son?
I was very, very surprised, and I got a mixed feeling, and I said I blamed myself for maybe I was being so hard on him at the first sight, but now I am very happy, and I think it was a good thing for me to allow him use the computer.
There are so many parents out there who don't want to see their children using the ICTs, using computers, using their Android phones and so on. What message would you be passing to them?
The message I will pass to them is that they should at least find out exactly what is that child doing on that computer, because there are some children who will take that computer and they will only be playing games, and they would not study the right thing that maybe would lead them to a successful adventure like what Collins have gotten. So I would advise the parents that if you see a child with struggling to use the computer, try to find out exactly what kind of thing is he doing with the computer, and if it is something to be encouraged, then we should encourage.
How did you encourage Collins? Did you buy a computer for him? What did you do when you saw that it was for positive ends?
I just finally surrendered my computer to him, and I morally supported him.
Collins, you may have expected your father to come and tell you, "Oh, my son, this good you are doing. I didn't know about it." Did he tell you anything like that?
Yeah, he told me he was a really, I should get to do house chores and stuff like that, and well, he did not really realize what I was doing was actually for the better benefit.
But some people like you use the computer for not for things that are so Catholic, for things that are so negative. Were you not tempted at one moment to start doing those things like your peers?
Well, you get tempted sometimes, but the main thing is to focus on what exactly you want to do. Want to have a goal, and you see that it is going to you're going to get benefits at the end, or you're going to learn something new from it. Then you should totally go with it. Because at some points you would get tempted to say, "Oh, let me check this out. Let me check what is trending." But the thing is to focus on what you really, really want to know, and you would get there.
What are your plans now, Collins?
I plan to complete high school and enroll in a university.
Would you want to do ICTs? Do you want to do new information technologies or information technologies?
Yeah, I'll like to study computer science. Yeah, in a university.
How do you feel, Mr. Nji Patrick, that you see your son will be flying to America? I'm sure you've never gone to that type of place before.
I've never been there, but I feel very happy if I see him go to America for continuous studies, or for this, as he has been elected the first black African or first Cameroonian. I feel so happy, so I'm very, very happy.
And what assistance would you be giving him and the younger ones, or the brothers and sisters or relatives who are in the house? Would you allow them to be using ICTs for positive research?
Well, it's not because Collins have won a grand prize that everybody is going to be using, because the siblings, they have their own talents that they are doing. I have other children who are doing other subjects in school, so I will just encourage them to just concentrate on their book works. And if I see them indulging in activities that will help them in future, I will just simply encourage, not only the computer.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming, Mr. Nji Patrick.
You're welcome.
And then Collins, just tell your peers who are there, do you have any advice for them?
Well, the only thing I want to say is to focus on the studies, because it's what really matters, and get to know more about the opportunities that are around you, and you should always take up any opportunity that presents itself.
And using the net, how did you get these opportunities? Is there a way that you can advise your young ones to always use it positively like you did?
Yeah, you should check out what you think is authentic.
For instance?
Like, you should go to sites which have real information, or which have real information about opportunities like this, or sites like BBC or CRTV Cameroon site, or any other one that is really advantageous.
You're very young. How did you learn about all of these things? Is it somebody who came and told you, or you yourself discovered that I should be doing this?
I self-taught. That is, I just discovered most of them by looking them up on Google, and a lot from other sites, and some few friends told me a little about all these things.
When are you flying to America?
That's in June.
June this year?
Yeah, this year.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming, Collins, and I wish you the best. I hope other young ones have copied his example, emulated what this young man has been able to do, that from a noble, humble household, he started learning how to use the computer to do research. The father was not happy with all what he was doing, and at one moment, since the young man did not have a computer, the father seized and locked his computer in the house until this good news came, and the father had to assist. Of course, the guy has brought in a trophy, which is the first in Africa, and he's going to continue his study with ICTs, which is a positive initiative, I think, for those who use ICTs. And it comes at the time Cameroon has just celebrated their National Youth Day youths, there may be a lot out there, just from the click of the button, that you may have. Over to you, Pochita Maso.
Thank you very much, Moki Edwin Kinzuka. I just want to come back quickly to something that Mr. Nji said there. He said it's not because the son has won an amazing prize that everybody should go into computer science now. You know what? It's not because something looks glowy that all your children, all your family should dive into it. Look deep within you and find your talent, and then probably your story will be told, like the story of this 17-year-old boy. Now let's recommit ourselves to serving you better in 2017. This is a video you've watched and watched all over, and that you are still going to be watching a lot more. Please just enjoy.
Parce que l'info n'attend pas.
We bring it to you firsthand.
Because your life is dynamic.
Nous nous adaptons à vos attentes.
Parce que vous méritez ce qu'il y a de mieux.
We are up to date with technology. Parce que vous êtes mobile.
We bring the news to you wherever you are.
Parce que vous êtes notre miroir,
Nous vous montrerons le monde like you've never seen it before.
Parce que vos victoires sont les nôtres.
We are on all fronts.
Because you are precious.
En 2017, partageons ce que nous avons de mieux.
CRTV, au cœur de la nation.
Enjoy 1000% for girls. SMS and data jackpot 100 francs, 200 francs, 250 francs, and 300 francs.
Nextel, the best 3G network in Cameroon.
Madame, Monsieur, bonjour. Mardi 14 février 2017, bienvenue aux 8 heures. Dans l'agenda du jour, le salon Promote se poursuit au Palais des Congrès de Yaoundé. Quelques temps forts du jour, l'inauguration du pavillon italien. L'Italie est l'invité de cette 6e édition du salon de l'entreprise. Mais aussi Dans l'un des moments forts de Promote aujourd'hui, c'est le forum organisé par l'UPF section Cameroun et la Fondation internationale Interprogress sous le thème « Les mutations numériques dans l'entreprise de presse en Afrique, opportunités et défis ». Ce sera à 10h au pool média du salon Promote. Également dans l'agenda du jour, les vœux de nouvel an 2017 au ministre des Sports et de l'Éducation physique, Bidounkpat, cérémonie prévue à 11h au Palais Polyvalent des Sports de Yaoundé. Et puis ce mardi, c'est la fête de la Saint-Valentin, la fête des amoureux, à découvrir dans nos prochaines éditions d'information sur la CRTV, la fête de l'amour telle qu'elle est célébrée au Cameroun. Promote 2017, nous sommes rendus au deuxième jour après la cérémonie d'inauguration officielle par le Premier ministre, chef du gouvernement. Philémon Yang coupait hier le ruban symbolique là-bas. Il a salué l'expansion de ce rendez-vous d'affaires. Le compte rendu de Lucrèce Medou Djemba.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the name of the head of state, I declare opened the 6th edition of Yaoundé International Enterprise.
Comme un air de partenariat public-privé, le Premier ministre, chef du gouvernement, ouvre officiellement les portes du Salon international de l'entreprise, de la PME et du partenariat de Yaoundé. Promote 1300 exposants issus de divers secteurs d'activité pistent en ces lieux des opportunités d'affaires et nouent des partenariats. Le gouvernement, représenté au plus haut point dans toute sa diversité, apporte son onction à cette initiative, d'autant que cette édition de Promote intervient au moment où la conjoncture oppose des défis à notre économie en quête de croissance et de développement.
La principale attente consiste pour le secteur privé à rencontrer les opérateurs économiques de tous les autres pays. Nous avons été informés de ce qu'il y a une douzaine d'autres pays européens et africains qui sont là, de voir ce qu'on peut faire ensemble pour développer les affaires.
Les adresses du jour sont donc toutes allées dans le sens de la promotion des affaires, des partenariats gagnant-gagnant dans un environnement sain, dépouillé de toute pesanteur et de tout avatar. Le ruban symbolique coupé, le chef du gouvernement Philémon Yang n'a pas manqué de sillonner quelques stands, question de prendre la pleine mesure des opportunités d'affaires qui pilulent ici.
Promote 2017 en somme, c'est en tout 1300 exposants installés sur près de 2000 mètres carrés sur le site de Kolniada, là-bas au palais des congrès. Oswald Modon a baladé sa caméra dans le site. Voici quelques curiosités qu'il a collectées pour nous.
Le coup d'envoi de Promote Acte 6 a permis de donner un aperçu de ce que sera l'édition de 2017. Riche comme à l'accoutumée, mais avec en plus l'expérience des éditions précédentes. Le milieu des stands mis à la disposition des exposants a été occupé dès le premier jour. Ils viennent d'horizons divers pour des secteurs d'activité variés, du public, du privé et du parapublic. Des entreprises à la renommée établie, à celles peu connues, en passant par la PME locale. Le temps du salon, elles vont se côtoyer, vanter leurs produits et services au public, mais aussi aux potentiels partenaires.
La maquette que vous voyez derrière nous représente la cité des cinquantenaires de Douala. C'est principalement le produit que nous apportons à Promote cette année. Sur le plan immobilier, c'est une innovation. C'est un complexe immobilier de très haut niveau.
Outre les expositions, le salon prévoit également des apéros thématiques pour faciliter le réseautage. L'offre diversifiée de Promote fait courir au-delà des entreprises, des anonymes aussi.
C'est un événement sans précédent, je crois, en Afrique centrale, où on rencontre beaucoup d'entrepreneurs, beaucoup de sociétés. Un événement qui nous permet de faire des accords avec des partenaires, des rencontres B2B. C'est un événement qui nous permet de faire la connaissance des produits.
J'ai été plus motivé de venir ici pour pouvoir découvrir aussi, rendre un peu plus costaud mon répertoire.
Il en sera ainsi jusqu'au 19 février, jour de clôture du salon. Un véritable brassage où chacun devrait finalement pouvoir trouver chaussure à son pied.
Cette note avant de poursuivre avec le journal Crise socio-politique dans les zones anglophones, le ministre directeur de cabinet du Premier ministre et président du comité ad hoc chargé de proposer des solutions aux revendications des enseignants anglophones était face à la presse ce lundi ici à Yaoundé. Paul Gogomo Mingo a entre autres présenté les résolutions prises au terme des négociations avec les 10 syndicats et associations. Présents aussi à cette rencontre, les ministres chargés des questions d'éducation au Cameroun, mais aussi le ministre de la Communication, porte-parole du gouvernement. Elvis Mimba, qui prenait part à cette rencontre avec les hommes de médias, nous apportera d'autres détails dans nos prochaines éditions d'information. Bon anniversaire, Monsieur le Président de la République. Les mouvements et associations de jeunes l'ont répété en chœur hier, 13 février, pendant la manifestation publique organisée au Palais des Congrès de Yaoundé pour l'anniversaire de son Excellence Paul Biya. Le ministre secrétaire général de la présidence de la République, Ferdinand Ngongo, représentait le chef de l'État à cette cérémonie. Également dans l'ambiance de la fête d'anniversaire, notre reporter Séverin Alega Mbele.
Une vive allégresse, teintée d'un air de jeunesse, ce lundi au Palais des Congrès de Yaoundé. Les jeunes, étudiants des universités et instituts supérieurs, militants du Rassemblement démocratique du peuple camerounais, membres et mouvements d'associations dont le Conseil national de la jeunesse, ont saisi l'instant de cette assemblée pour souhaiter un joyeux anniversaire au président de la République, Paul Biya, né, on s'en souvient, un 13 février. Ils l'ont fait avec beaucoup d'instinct, la vitalité que l'on remarque chez les jeunes. Ils l'ont fait à travers chants et animations sous le regard bienveillant du représentant du chef de l'État, le ministre secrétaire général à la présidence de la République, du secrétaire général du comité central du RDPC, des membres du gouvernement et assimilés.
C'est vrai que les chantiers sont nombreux, mais déjà on lui dit merci pour déjà le plan triennal spécial jeune et puis tout ce qui est en cours.
Il y a les vastes chantiers qu'il a entrepris et il y a l'élection présidentielle qui est annoncée. Nous sommes prêts à soutenir le chef de l'État.
Autre message véhiculé, le cadeau d'anniversaire, symbole d'une jeunesse engagée et forte derrière Paul Biya pour un Cameroun émergent.
Le chef de l'État connaît votre patriotisme et sait pouvoir compter sur vous, sur votre soutien dans la mise en œuvre de la politique qu'il conduit pour le bien de notre grande nation. Le président de la République salue la pugnacité, le courage, l'ingéniosité et l'engagement dont vous faites preuve dans votre vie de tous les jours.
Un joyeux anniversaire au président de la République en sons et couleurs, à la dimension de l'adhésion des jeunes aux efforts d'amélioration de l'insertion socio-professionnelle des diplômés.
On va réitérer notre souhait de joyeux anniversaire au président de la République, en même temps qu'on va lui souhaiter une bonne Saint-Valentin à lui et à la première dame, Madame Chantal Biya. Une quarantaine de bus pour assurer le transport de masse dans la ville de Yaoundé. La société de transport et d'équipement collectif de Yaoundé, Stécie, est désormais fonctionnelle au grand bonheur des Yaoundéens. Pour nous annoncer la bonne nouvelle, Olivier Kingé-Moli.
Les bus sont de retour à Yaoundé. Le service public du transport urbain de masse est en renaissance, fruit d'un partenariat public-privé avec un opérateur portugais. Le gouvernement, qui s'en félicite ici, reconnaît dans la foulée l'apport des autres moyens assurant la mobilité des populations en ville.
L'avènement de cette société ne vient pas chasser les taxis de ville, les minibus, les mototaxis qui ont le mérite d'avoir existé.
La société de transport et d'équipement collectif de Yaoundé va assurer l'exploitation dans un environnement de nette amélioration de la voirie urbaine.
Nous allons travailler de main d'arrache-pied en partenariat avec le ministère des Transports, la communauté urbaine de Yaoundé, afin d'améliorer progressivement l'infrastructure routière.
Les lignes choisies pour le départ, 6 au total: Yaoundé-Soa, Messassi poste central, Nkozwa poste central, Béatitude Colbison poste central, ministère des postes Mendon et poste central Simalène sont a priori dans un état acceptable. Cependant, dans la capitale, la démographie est plus que galopante, le parc automobile aussi plus important. et on a vite créé au manque de routes pour un horizon de 13 lignes avec 150 bus.
Le gouvernement a prévu dans son schéma directeur un BRT, des routes spécialement aménagées pour le transport urbain de masse. Dans cette lancée, nous serons en mesure de suivre le programme gouvernemental dédié pour la mise en route de ce BRT.
Mais c'est déjà ça que le transport urbain de masse soit de retour. Ça peut inciter les pouvoirs publics à développer l'infrastructure liée à l'exigence de ce service.
Une bonne nouvelle pouvant en entraîner notre Olivier King-Moli, nous gardons espoir. Voilà qui vient mettre un terme aux 8 heures de ce matin. Madame, Monsieur, merci d'avoir regardé. Je profite pour souhaiter à tous une très bonne Saint-Valentin, plus particulièrement à mon très cher et tendre époux dont je porte fièrement le nom. À demain, 8 heures.
Shooting the temperature right up here in the studio. Well, it's the day, isn't it? We're all in red. It's not by chance. Happy love. I was going to say Happy Lovers Day, but I feel like saying Happy Love Day to all of you. Because it's not only about lovers, it's about love, you know. Share it out and spread it wide. Thank you so much, Martine Wendenge. And hopefully I see you on Thursday. Right. Now let's take you to some music, and it's Mr. Ellard singing a love song for you and I.
See your smile, baby boo, you got me high. What's the plan, girl, tonight? Can I be your bodyguard? Sexy mama, call me papa. I could do anything for you. And the way where you do what you do, hey, I'm losing my mind. Girl, I like when you do what you do, yeah. Ha. Turn the music up. Turn the music up right now. New brand lover, show me say I be your brother. Baby, I'm the bread, your butter. Tell me say you get no other. C'est la fête, girl, bouge. When you see me, baby girl, bouge. C'est ça, c'est la fête, bouge. Turn the music up. Toujours dans ma tête. Toujours dans ma tête. Turn the music up right now. Toujours dans ma tête. Quand tu me rappelles. Turn the music up right now. Swabuna for tete, swabuna for papa, swabuna for tete, padeyamo saledo. Swabuna for tete, swabuna for papa, swabuna for tete, padeyamo saledo. Ay 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 ay, inga padeyamo saledo, padeyamo saledo.
On Hello Cameroon. That's how we're painting it today. It's all red around the corner. I'm talking about painting it red. That's a lady. She's just so beautiful, and she has something for you, and she's joined me. She's called Nati. We did tell you that she'll be here on the 14th of February, so we'll look at celebrating 14th of February in another way, and she's sitting just right here. Hello, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Same here, it's a pleasure. Thank
Happy
you for
Love
having me.
Day to you.
Same to you.
All right. So you are a singer, you're an aspiring filmmaker, you are a
Yes.
number of things. But tell me about yourself. How would you define yourself?
I'll define myself as very calm and collected.
Yes.
Very inquisitive. I'm interested in a lot of things. And music is my
one
life.
of them. Yes, okay.
Yes.
She said music is her life, and I feel like giving you an earshot of what she does with music. She came with a piano, and do you want to try something for
Sure,
her?
why not?
Okay,
Of course.
here we go. Please, over to you.
Don't fight it, yeah, no, don't try it. There's nothing I can do, falling, nothing I can do, falling, yeah. Control it, I can't control it. There's nothing else to do, falling, all of this for you. I'm falling hard for you. This is clearly out of my composure. What did you do to me? This love is all for you. I will not trade you or betray you. I want only you for me. I've been acting like I'm coming out of space. I've been happy out of my mind. Said I've been acting like I'm coming out of space. I've been happy out of my mind when you came my way. Since the day you came my way, when you came my way, since the day you came my way,
Oh, that's delicious. Like you feel like holding that voice quite closely and say, don't move, just keep singing, you know, I'm pleasing my ear and more. Thank you so much, Nati.
Thank you too.
You sing deliciously well. I can't find another word, but very beautiful.
Thank you so much.
All right, so tell me though, where are you taking your singing career to? Is it still in the box at home, or you've been?
Oh no! I just released my debut album.
Okay.
It's titled "Not Ashamed," and right now I'm just putting myself out there, which is why we came out with an idea to create a show called Quiet Time with Nati.
Okay.
It's a consistent show that happens twice every month, just for people to come and relax. It's really private, really quiet, for people to just listen to music, worship God in the process, because I'm a gospel artist.
Okay.
And just have an opportunity to actually relate with me one-on-one.
Okay. And you have an event this 14th of February with young people.
Yes.
You want to tell us about? We actually have a number of young persons who are calling to know more about. So please tell us about it.
Okay. So it's Quiet Time with Nati. I'm just going to show this to the camera. This is an event this is the second time Quiet Time with Nati is actually happening.
Okay.
It just started. So we decided to use Valentine's Day to launch the second one, for people to be able to come and celebrate love through music in a very different way, in a very inspiring way.
So what will people be doing? Singing, talking, I don't know, exchanging with one another?
It's a barbecue /
Oh,
cocktail
that sounds
party.
interesting.
Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be a barbecue / cocktail party, and people will just listen to live music, listen to Nati and her band do live, soft, refreshing music, and have something to eat and drink and interact and play games, especially between companions. So that's basically it.
Well, if the music that's going to be played there is part of what we just heard now, then please, you need to get hooked to Nati and spend some time with her and her band this evening. Thank you so much for coming, ma'am.
Thank you so much
Any
for having
words
me.
you want to say before we say bye-bye? Maybe just
You just have to come.
She says you just have to come. Come celebrate love with
You
Nati.
just
Let
have
me
to
echo that
come.
once again. Thank you for coming, though.
Thank you so much for
and
having
for
me.
adding a touch of love to our package this morning.
I'm honored. My pleasure.
If it's possible, we're hoping another band will be here shortly to add another touch, another coat of it on the show. But stay with us, Nati. Thank you. Have a beautiful show this evening.
Thank you very
And
much.
keep updating us on what you're doing. We'd like to keep track of people who do wonderful things.
Definitely, I will.
So if you're thinking of coats of things, maybe you might think of icing. How do you ice a Valentine's Day cake? That's how our cooking page of today is looking like. Please stay with us and enjoy.
Hello, good morning. My name is Vicky Amin of Vicky's Cakes. Today I'll be showing you how to ice a Valentine's Day cake, but I will not be working alone. I'll be working with my assistant George. So to start, we need egg white, we need CMC, we need glucose, we need icing sugar, we need buttercream, we need vegetable shortening, fondant rolling pin, fondant smoothener, a pizza cutter, and a pair of scissors. The very first thing you do is you have to sieve your icing sugar. And normally, because you work on the table, you have to be very careful to always keep your environment clean. So you're supposed to clean your table, clean your hands, because you're touching something that people are going to eat. And now we're going to put our CMC. You always level. If not, you have too much more than you need.
What's the CMC for?
That's what makes the fondant to be pliable. And you mix to make sure that the CMC is incorporated in all of the sugar. We're going to move to the glucose. And you always mix glucose and water. This is just plain water. The glucose is very sticky, but very important for fondant. While I'll be mixing the glucose and the water, George will be breaking the eggs. And remember that we need just the egg white, so you keep out the yolk. Now everything is ready to mix our fondant. So you make a little hole in the middle and you pour some of your egg white and you pour some of your glucose and then you start to mix. More. If you find that your fondant is a bit soft, you can add some of the sugar on it. You're not supposed to expose your fondant. If you do that, it gets bad. So after mixing it, you put it in a plastic and you make sure that you make it airtight. As you can see, this is a fondant icing. So now we have to clean up the table and then we move on to the cake. This is our cake, and this cake was baked yesterday because you cannot ice a hot cake. So we had to bake it and let it cool very well overnight. And so today we'll be icing it. The very first thing you do is that you need something to make the fondant stick to your cake. So you need buttercream. Buttercream is just a mixture of icing sugar and butter. So we need a small spatula to apply the buttercream on the cake. This is called crumb coating. So we're crumb coating the cake. we are at the level where we have to cover our cake with fondant. Remember, I told you have to always keep your fondant covered to prevent it from drying out. So you need vegetable shortening so that your fondant doesn't stick on the surface. So you rub the surface. You can also use margarine if you don't have shortening. You can use butter. You can even use cornstarch. Okay. So there you go. You may want to just knead your fondant one last time before you work on it. This is the fondant rolling pin, the big pin. You roll your fondant and you apply on your cake. Take your pizza cutter and cut off the excess fondant. Okay. As you can see, we have some cake crumbs, but that's okay. By the time we're done, you won't see any of that. George is trying to smoothen the cake, and I'll be doing some small decorations. We all know that Valentine's colors are red and white, so I'm going to do a red bow. Take your shortening, apply on your table, and leave it. You take your pizza cutter, make sure that they are the same size. Apply some water. You put it inside. Then you twist. Take the second one. Fold. Apply water. So you apply some water to glue the two sides. The reason why we put some paper napkin is just to make the bowl to look like a real bowl, to make it open. So when the bowl is dry, you pull out the paper napkin and then you put it on your cake. You always have to use water so it sticks, but I want to just see something first. I want to see if it's going to work and how it's going to look. Okay. Okay, so we'll now apply water. just a little bit. Put too much, you spoil it. You take your pizza cutter and cut the excess. At this level, we have to cover the edges of our cake because you need to make it very neat. So we'll take shortening and rub it around the edges. This will help the ribbon stick. This is just a regular red ribbon that you can get in the shop. You stick. Now we just want to make some small decorations on the cake. We're going to work with white. This is a small heart-shaped cutter, and we'll just cut little hearts because it's Valentine's Day and we're celebrating love. Okay, so with water, I'm going to apply the heart shapes. So our cake is done and we just wanted to put Happy Valentine's Day on it. So we took an alphabet cutter and we cut out the letters Happy Val's Day. But normally you can stick it with water, but because I'm afraid if you have to make a mistake and you have to remove, it will be stained. So I always prefer to use shortening, because when you use shortening, even if you move it after that, there's no problem. Thank you for watching us. I hope you enjoyed it. This is our Valentine's Day cake. If you have any questions, if there's anything you want to know, you can write to me on my Facebook page, Vicky's Cakes, or on Instagram on Vicky's Cakes, or you check my website, vickyscakes.com. And we do many kinds of cakes: birthday cakes, wedding cakes, baby shower cakes, christening cakes. You just need to dream it and we'll cream it for you. My number 670 24 14 20. 670 24 14 20. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vicky. Very beautiful Valentine's cake. Actually makes you feel like grabbing it from out of your TV to give it to somebody. Now, when you look at such a beautiful cake, you think of the next thing that comes to your mind is chocolates. Would love to have some chocolates today. But this is Gwendolyn Egbe, who's been trying to find out about the story behind chocolate and why it makes so much sense to give chocolate to somebody on a day like this.
Oops. It's that time of the year again when the world over celebrates that feeling called love. Love between lovers. But let's not forget to express love to those who are also important in our lives. Mushy-gushy gifts are in the air. Failure to offer gifts during this period is as good as declaring your relationship over.
Chocolates are more desired by clients and all those things, more than by women also. So, and even at the turns also comes here, like last week they came and they bought a lot of chocolates for them, and chocolates is better. For now, wine is not going on very nicely. It's only chocolates and some stuff for women like pants and breastwear and all those things. That's it. Women are more coming for chocolates and they like offering things for men and prove their love for their men.
Say it with chocolates is the best expression of some girls since the start of the month of February. As we count the hours, lovers are found perusing chocolate aisles, looking for as much chocolate as they can get to convey sincerity, devotion, and you know the rest.
Okay, it's Valentine's Day.
and I wanted to keep some usual thing for my darling. I want to buy a chocolate. That's what I usually keep for her, apart from some special things that we have to do on this day.
Now, I must comment that chocolates practically occupy the greatest space in the supermarket. Check this out. Don't thank me too much for giving you an idea of what chocolate you can offer to your honey bunny. Different ice cream flavors are also gifts you can offer. Why not indulge in some old-fashioned ice cream therapy? And you can always pick from these. I hope you all know that to be able to cuddle on this day, you need to smell good. Cosmetics will do the trick. There are also sexy Valentine's Day lingerie, which makes for a fun and creative Valentine's gift idea. Strappy lace halter bras, Brazilian panty, and others. There you have it. Make your choice, but don't dally for too long.
Thank you very much, Gwen Egbe, for telling us the story between love and chocolate, and also for telling us a little gift that you might want to share with your partners today. Well, now let's read some more of your messages before we move on Hello Cameroon. Hello, I will say I have been hanging out with so many friends online. What I witnessed is so much love, and I got shocked when I got to meet face to face. Don't ask me why. I should say I got my true lover online. It's really good. Eric Acha, this is from Eric Acha, he's in Bamenda, and he says, Happy Valentine's Day to you. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. And I wish these guys a happy Valentine's Day. They are in Back Market in Bamenda. Milate, Lily, Tom, Christopher, Quinta, Mani, and everybody in Back Market. This is from Emmanuel in Bamenda. Happy Valentine's Day to you and all the team in Back Market in Bamenda. Quanteng David in Banjun says, I so much believe in love, but not via the social media. Though still a bachelor, I'm trusting God for a real lover. Happy Valentine's Day to all the couples who are celebrating today. Of course, we join you in that. Let's take a moment of publicity or advertisement, and we'll meet you just after.
Enjoy 1000% for girls. SMS and data jackpot 100 francs, 200 francs, 250 francs, and 300 francs.
Nextel, the best 3G network in Cameroon.
Now let me read some more of your messages. What you're thinking. We're asking what you think of social media and love relationships. Some people do find their love there. Some don't. Some have horrible stories. And I'm reading your reactions there. Hello, this is, let me see. This is coming from Boya Tebo Tiwani Gordon. He says, it is really a ghost relationship and I don't want to believe in this. It is just love in fury and excitement. Happy Valentine's Day to my mom, Tebo Constance, Grace Fobang, Annie Magdalene, Mary Adrazum Tabo, and to all the mothers in town. Hello, this is all a game of chance. It all depends on luck. Some are happily married today thanks to online dating. This is from John Jeff from Ngala from Foncha Street in Bamenda. A special hello to Foncha Street in Bamenda this morning. I have Happy Valentine's Day to all. This is from Atong Vasco. He's in Kribi. Where right now, maybe let's tell you a love story. This is the story of a couple who've been together for 28 years, and they call them, some people call them a bilingual set. You discover why. And Elinor Bisson met them and tried to put their story in a report for you and I. It's what we thought we could share with you on a day like this, celebrating love, 28 years of union. Please just enjoy.
An application which provides open, honest sexual education. It was launched in 2016 by Cameroonian reproductive health activist Mala Tabot. Download 360 could be downloaded from Google Play Store and has various rubrics including an information bank, a quiz section, a sex dictionary, a section to exchange with sex experts, and frequently asked questions, amongst others. Why are we showing you this app on 14th February? Because we are looking out for your sexual health, as Dodo 360 is that app which overcomes the taboo of talking about sex. Discover the application. You certainly are interested. Go to Google Play Store, search for Dolo 360, download it, and enjoy its services as it works both online and offline.
That's a beautiful song to tell you about Ndolo 360, an application that helps you to have a responsible love relationship. Let me run through your three more messages, and then we now take you to promote the fairground where Myra is standing by for the last part of Hello Cameroon. This message is coming from Mercy and Beli Bangwe. He says, internet love relationship is like sweet in a wrapping paper, sucking it without taking out the wrapping. I hate it. My love goes to the Almighty God. Okay, ma'am, we heard from you. Akoko Vivian from Muyuka says, I believe in love, but not out of sight. Oh, that's short and clear. I am Manka Mildred 4 from Bamenda. I don't believe in relationships over the media. They lead to so many regrets. And this last one, Scott Jouvence, distance love, no matter what, so ever media is used to enhancing. It doesn't ensure its sustenance. Okay, it's sustainability, I guess that's probably it. Now, Myra Abena Ondwa is standing by with a hot red, just like myself, to continue the love story from this end. And this is where probably I tell you, have a beautiful day. If anybody gives you a chance, seize it and run with it. Don't wait, don't ask questions, just give it your very best. Myra, are you with me?
Hello, Pochi. Good morning to you all in the studio once more. And your dress is fantastic. Valentine's morning is riding on very smoothly. But the most important thing is, I just think that maybe televiewers out there should try to understand why they're celebrating Valentine's Day. The name Valentine comes from the 3rd century, where King Claudius was ruling with iron fist, and that was in the Roman Empire. And he said that every young man was not supposed to get married, was not supposed to have a relationship. You had to go to the war front to fight. And to be able to do that, you were to be void of love. And then St. Valentine, who was a priest at the time, said it wasn't fair and started marrying off young lovers in secret. When King Claudius found out, he asked that he should be thrown in jail, and later on he was beheaded. Can you imagine the horrible story why you are celebrating Valentine's Day? But well, they say that love is what makes the world to go. And today, it's Tuesday morning. We are at the Palais de Congrès right here in Yaoundé at the Kolignada Hills. We are enjoying Promo 2017. It is business, and of course, we cannot just do business. We can also talk love, because sometimes we make that hash cash because we need to spend it. The entire team is here, working hand in glove, making sure that your airwaves are filled with Valentine colors, as well as promote. CRTV is in the heart of the exhibition, and we are doing everything in our capacity to make sure that you get just the best. We're expecting some guests to come join us right here as we talk Valentine's Day, as we talk promote. Red is the color of the day, Pochi, and I love your outfit. I know Ruth NJ, Lokadi Mangui, and yourself are doing everything that you can. It's good morning again, and if you are watching us, you're live on CRTV. This is Promo 2017. It is 14th of February, and we're celebrating love right here. I'm expecting that today, as another official day for Promo 2017, it is the day where they are officializing and inaugurating the Italian section right here, where all the Italians are exhibiting their technical know-how. It is a B2B, it is a B2A as well, because the public and the private sector are coming together to complement each other. And you're getting all the tidbits, you're getting every enjoyable moment right here at the Kolignada Hills. They say that Yaoundé is the city of 7 hills, and we're on top of one of them. We are on Promote. We are in the heart of the exhibition, because we are the heart of the nation. You stay with us as we give you lots and lots. And I think that I'm waiting for Bambok to tell me if we're going to talk some beauty, or we have some other thing that is coming up. You can see the grounds. People are opening up. People are getting ready. Those who are exposing, those who have come to learn and also see parts of Cameroon are also here present. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not very easy to be right here, but listen, we made a commitment this 2017. We took options, and we said we are going to be with you every step of the way. Elena Bisong. Good morning, darling. Valentine's Day. Now, you want to come this way and take your microphone? All right?
Thank you.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Happy birthday.
Same to you.
Now, I love the red, okay?
Thank you.
I knew you were coming in red. Now, just tell me, what does Valentine's Day mean to you?
Well, to me, I'd say Valentine's Day is every single day. Valentine's Day is not just on one day. Some people think that on Val's Day, it is the only day where you have to celebrate love. But I think we celebrate love every single day.
Yeah. All right. Now, listen, I see you all the time with Priscille Nguafon. Yeah. But you came alone this morning. Now, unravel it. Bring it on. Put it on the table. Let me know why you're here.
I came alone this morning.
Okay.
Because Priscille is out there cooking up something special for us. Today is Valentine's Day. And of course, follow me on CRTV is all about love, all about the vows and all of it. Today we have a profile. We are profiling a couple of 42 years of marriage. We are profiling a couple. We equally have, we are equally going to be showing you how to decorate your table for a Vows Day dinner. And we've also got lots of things. I don't want to let my cat out of the bag, but all I can tell you is watch out for Follow Me at 11 a.m. prompt. You are sure going to enjoy the program this morning.
Yeah, like I enjoyed the first edition yesterday. Yeah. It was 30 minutes of women talking about themselves, women talking about their lives, women sharing all the secrets that sometimes you don't get to know. And they say that no woman is ever old enough to learn. And I just loved you girls. It was fabulous. Now, your outfits came in on the table to complement everything. And they say a woman that has no class and style is a shaky Mickey no name. And the girls on Follow Me are so fab. Now tell me, how do you expect what is it that we should expect more and more on Follow Me?
Well, on Follow Me, what you should expect more and more are tips, daily tips for women. You should expect tips on beauty, tips on health. You should equally expect cooking tips, those things that you want to do in the kitchen, but they are just so out of this world. Know that we're going to bring them down to the level, to a level platform on Follow Me, and we're going to make your work much more easier.
would you tell me a little bit about your duo with Priscilla Nguafon? It started on Passion Can, which was fantastic. You guys raised the bar so high, and we had the Director General of CRTV, Sean Dongo, congratulating you the day they were handing him over his New Year wishes. And just how does that make you feel?
Well, I've got mixed feelings, I must say. I've got mixed feelings because
Why?
that means more work, and more work. That's how I take it to mean. And as per my duo with Priscilla, I would say it is marvelous. She's one of the best persons I've had to work for.
It's Valentine's Day,
yeah,
and somebody is getting all rosy and cheeky.
Of course. So today, as always, we are going to be that duo. We call ourselves the hardcore chicks. We are going to be that hardcore. And we are going to give you everything that you so will want to have on TRTV.
Maybe you remind the televiewers again, those that are just giving you their okay that they will be here, what time they should stay tuned to CRTV. What time?
You should stay tuned at 11 a.m. Follow me is every day from Monday to Thursday, 11 to 12 noon. So you should stay tuned for that.
All right. Okay. Now, you're not going to leave me. I'll usher you out with something very beautiful that you did for Hello Cameroon this morning.
Yeah.
You put together a fantastic report. I'd like for you to tell me a little bit about that.
Well, this report is about a couple who've lived together for 28 years, Mr. and Mrs. Mbaga and Soe, and they are an exemplary couple. I must say, for young couples out there, these are people you should look up to. Their lifestyle, the way they live, the way they do their things, it is just so exemplary. We're bringing up this couple to you because today is Valentine's Day, and on CRTV, we always give you the best.
All right, thank you, Elena. If the director and the technical crew are ready, we'll go straight away and have that beautiful report. It's Valentine's Day. Shakespeare would say that if music is the food of love, you should play on and give excess of it. But I'd say Valentine's Day is the time. February is the month of love, and you should continue to pump it in. And Elena Chong Bisong went out there and brought this couple for you in a beautiful profile. You don't want to go away. Let's have it.
Un décor pittoresque dans un domicile privé, c'est aussi beau que l'amour qui existe entre Armand et Blandine Soué. Ce couple d'enseignants retraités partage le reste de leur vie dans leur maison au quartier Obobogo à Yaoundé. De l'amour scolaire est véritablement née une histoire de vie qu'il continue de savourer sans faille. Le succès de son mariage, Blandine, âgée de 64 ans, doit cela au conseil que sa maman lui prodiguait.
Il faut regarder sans voir, il ne faut pas trop chercher. Quand vous cherchez, vous allez trouver forcément quelque chose qui va vous faire mal. Forcément, parce que nous sommes des êtres humains. Il n'y a pas de perfection quand même à nos prêtres, n'est-ce pas? Bon, et puis... ça là. On a vu ceci, on a dit que... Et puis vous-même là, n'allez pas déporter par ce qui se passe dans la chambre, au salon, et puis dans la cour, et puis dans la rue. Non. Il faut savoir conserver ces choses-là. C'est ce que me disaient mes trois singes. Et c'est ma mère qui m'avait donné ça. Elle m'avait dit, ça c'est le secret du mariage.
Jamais l'un sans l'autre, c'est le secret du bonheur de ce couple. La retraite est loin d'être un cauchemar pour eux.
On est épanouis. Le passage n'a pas été brutal. Hein. Comme on a toujours vécu ensemble, la retraite nous a pas surpris. On a continué, n'est-ce pas, le train-train quotidien.
Leur quotidien, c'est autour des casseroles à la cuisine ou encore dans le jardin. Quelques rares fois, Blandine et son chéri se sont retrouvés séparés pour leur passe-temps favori. Âgés respectivement de 64 et 67 ans, Blandine et Armand, rendus à plus de 4 décennies de vie commune, savent entretenir la flamme de leur amour. Et cela passe par des appréciations mutuelles.
Elle est très jolie. Hein? Donc la première chose qui m'a attiré...
Thank you very much, Elena Bisong. Now, I have been joined by Amazons of Beauty, Amazons of Fashion and Style, Amazons of Class. They are from Bio Farmer House. And I have with me Sophie Kumba, who is in charge of communications at BioPharma, and she has brought these beautiful ladies. I'll let you tell me now. This is the unfolding, or this is the loading pad of Miss BioPharma 2017.
Yes, we are. Good morning to all the viewers of CRTV. We are actually going to the end of this second edition of Miss BioPharma. So we are preparing for the finals, and it is going to be a very big show that we are going to offer to all our viewers.
Okay. Now, maybe would you want the girls to present themselves first before we ride on? Or?
Of course, of
all
course.
right. We'll start from you.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Fine, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Same to you, darling.
Thank you. All right. My name is Asatala Edvish Dizzy. My name is Asatala Edvish Dizzy, a level 3 student in the higher institute.
Go ahead, go ahead.
My name is Asatala Edvish Dizzy, a level 3 student in the Higher Institute of Transport and Logistics, Bamenda. All right, if I am Miss BioPharma 2017 tomorrow, my project will be a continuity of what I've started in the Northwest region of Cameroon, Bamenda, which is based on the autonomy and self-employment of young Cameroonian girls.
All right, we have to be very brief, girls. Next girl.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Tiny Diebo Gloria. I'm 20 years old, student in the Catholic University of Central Africa, studying marketing, sales, and communication. My project is all about sensibilizing youth on entrepreneurship and leadership. Thank you. And happy Valentine's Day.
Happy to you.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Fasi Karianefi. I'm 20 years old. 4-level student studying banking and finances. If I am Miss BioPharma 2017, my project will be to encourage young women, Cameroon young women, to improve the entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Mbeshe Engene Jan Clara. I am 18 years old. I study journalism at Sianto University.
All right, I think I'm going to get one or two girls from this other side because we have the final day, we have the final event to get all your names. It was just a tidbit so that televiewers could get to know you a little bit more. So maybe I get 2 or 3 girls so that you don't feel bad. I'll start with you.
Say happy Valentine's Day once more. My name is Nana Yebmo Gerard Hendricks. I'm a 3rd-year student in Human Resource Management and Employee Relations.
Just your name.
Thank
Next
you.
Girl.
Hello, everybody. My name is Epeselidi Marcel.
Good morning. My name is Soso Numero Stamika.
Hello, my name is Bien Audrey Fortunata. I'm 20 years old, student at University of Yaoundé 1 in French Modern Letter.
All right.
Hello, my name is Anvela Isula Sophie Clarence.
Hello.
Okay.
My name is Irene Belomont.
All right, now, nice meeting you girls. Maybe I'll fall back on you, Sophie. You tell me, what do you have in store for all these girls? It's a bunch of beauty you're carrying there.
Yes, it's a bunch of beauty, and you can have them on our stand, the BioPharma Village, every day at 5 p.m. At 5 p.m. on the BioPharma Village. And we are preparing a big show with renowned artists such as Loco, Magasco, Mr. Leo, Linsha. They are going to be a lot of renowned artists for that show.
Okay, what were the criteria that you used to choose these girls? Because I understand that the casting would have involved hundreds and hundreds of girls, but these ones were the finalists. So what is it that made them stand out from the other girls?
The principal criteria was to bring together beauty with brain. So as you see them, they are beautiful, but they also have many projects, and we are going to help them to carry those projects. So we chose them because they had many projects, many interested projects.
All right. Okay, maybe you communicate to us the date and the place of the final event.
The final is going to be on the 18th of February at the Palais Polyvalent des Sports of Yaoundé.
All right. Now you come one, come all. And that day, every road should be leading to the Congress Center where we are. It's the Coliniada Hills, and it's the Love Hills, and it's the Beauty Hills, and the girls are here. Now, I'll take you back to another profile. It's Valentine's Day, and there's nothing wrong in seeing more couples that have been in love for years. They say it's a period of for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. And let's go have it. It's Ellen Ochong Bisang again. The girl seems to have been so specialized in love this morning. Let's have it. But before we go, I'd like the girls to say, look at the camera and all say hello. All right, Elena Bisong, it's for you right now.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 24 states, "For a man shall leave his father and mother and unite with his wife, and the two shall become one." Severin Bagasoi is an ideal example of a man blessed with the gift of love. Together with his wife, Dominique Mbagansoe, they make a happy couple.
I am Mr. Mbagansoe. I am now in retirement. I am from Ewondo tribe. My village is 30 kilometers from Yaoundé in Dingela. Here is my wife, Mrs. Mbaga, a teacher, still in activity. She is from Togo, and we are here married since 28 years. We met here in Yaoundé in 1985, but we married in 1988 in Lomé, Togo.
Being married for over 2.5 decades, living together has become a routine. According to Mrs. Mbaga, taking care of her husband and family is but a hobby.
Actuellement, nous sommes 4 à la maison, tous les jours, 4 à la maison, le matin avec ma petite nièce, la fille de ma sœur, qu'on appelle notre last baby. Elle et moi, on part, elle va à l'école, je vais au bureau ou en classe quand j'ai cours, et il reste à la maison. Ordinairement, je lui fais son petit déjeuner avant de partir, mais depuis un certain temps, il m'a délesté de cette charge. Il fait lui-même son petit déjeuner et s'occupe lui-même de faire son déjeuner. Et je ne rentre que le soir pour faire le dîner et apprêter la sauce pour le lendemain. Le week-end, on a notre petite fille qu'on garde quand sa maman est occupée, elle vient nous la laisser. Voilà comment on s'organise au jour le jour.
Retired for over 5 years now, Severin occupies his free time by writing and looking after his environment. However, he has his take on the concept of retirement.
Retirement is something that some persons fear. They fear because of the means. If they have got any money, if they are prepared retirement, they will not have any problem. But if they did not do so, if there is a lack of money, they will fear the retirement.
Dominique, on her part, follows a daily routine to ensure that her family stays intact while tending to her job. With a Togolese origin, she had to learn a lot about the Cameroonian culture, which to her was facilitated by various factors.
J'ai eu l'avantage que bien qu'étant togolaise, je sois née dans un pays qui n'est pas le Togo. Et par la fonction de mon père, j'ai sillonné plusieurs pays. Fait que j'ai toujours appris à m'intégrer là où j'allais. Et ça, c'est quelque chose que j'ai appris avec mon père qui disait toujours, quand vous allez quelque part, ne vous accrochez pas aux gens de chez vous. Vivez avec les gens du pays pour mieux les connaître. Bon, j'ai eu aussi une belle famille formidable, où déjà il y a un mélange culturel qui fait que la plupart, il y a beaucoup de garçons dans la famille, il y en a 10, et la plupart ont épousé des filles venant des 4 coins du Cameroun. Fait que ça a été très facile l'intégration. On est accepté tel qu'on est, et moi aussi je pense que j'ai fait l'effort d'apprendre, ne serait-ce que, comme j'aime beaucoup préparer, à faire des plats Ewondo. Pour ça, sans m'inventer, je pense que je sais les préparer. Et donc à travers, ne serait-ce que ça, j'ai essayé de faire de mon mieux.